you go.
I was getting ready to say, did y'all hear that too? I was like, oh shoot, are we about to do the countdown again? But I tell you, man, this daggone StreamYard, they've got a mind of its own.
Right.
Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Before we even get started, I'm going to apologize now for my voice. I'm going to do the best that I can. You guys know I've been under the weather. I'm slowly getting better, but yeah, my voice is kind of a little cracky and shaky. So just please bear with me. So tonight, we have our panel review. And we are going to be discussing Ready to Love, episode number 10. I still can't even believe I'm saying episode number 10. And this is just my quick thought. And it's people that still have multiple connections that are still not sure, but we're going to get into it. Anyway, shout out to you guys that are here with us at the very, very beginning. If you have not hit that thumbs up, definitely hit that thumbs up button. If you are new here, welcome to our Soulmate family here. If you have not subscribed, we would love for you to join our Soulmate community over here on my channel. And welcome to my channel. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Y'all are already going in. I appreciate you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Shout out to Jay. Another round. She is first. She is saying, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. And have a pleasant chat. Absolutely. You guys know that we keep it very respectful in the chat. Also to be respectful to the panelists. And you know, in the very beginning, I like to go around the room, have everyone introduce themselves. And then if you don't catch it in the beginning, you can definitely catch it in the end, because we'll go ahead and do it again, because sometimes we have people kind of straggling along that's going to join us a little bit later. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with Tyrone and then Pio.
What's up, everybody? Always a pleasure. I always forget my name. Tyrone, I was on Ready to Love DC with Sabrina. Always a pleasure doing this. You can find me at Ty Wilson 21 everywhere. So, you know, we're ready to get right into it tonight.
Yes, Pio.
Yeah, you already know who it is. It's P.O. from Potomac. You know, Potomac season, whatever, I don't know, 5, 6, or however you do it up. But yeah, we ready to get into it. Shout out to Monique. Welcome. And another round.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, it's a whole lot of wow. Hey guys. Shout out to you guys. Just real quick before we even get started, because like y'all are in the chat and y'all are showing us so much love. And I'm gonna, hey, what's going on? Hey guys. Hey Kimberly. Hey Mimi, what's going on? Marriott, Monique, yes, Dawn. Hey. Tyrone says hey. Honey, I need to get some. I do. And I'm almost better now. I mean, considering how I was, but I need to get some fixed rub. I'm going to get some tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me. That's the universe saying you need to get some. So shout out to you guys. I'm just going to go through real quick. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to another round. Thank you so much. This is P.O.'s Instagram. The link is in the chat if you would like to follow P.O. And this is Tyrone for his YouTube channel. If you guys are not subscribed, definitely click that link and make sure you go and subscribe to his channel as well. Hey guys, just showing love to my soulmates. Hello. Hey. Thank you so much, Pamela. I hope I feel better too. I'm getting better, so I appreciate it. But anyway, this episode was, I don't know if you saw my live watch party. Did y'all, Tyrone, P.O., did y'all see my live watch party?
I didn't get to. I didn't get a chance. Just a little bit.
Let me tell you, I want to say, I think, and y'all know we've been doing this a few seasons now, at least 3 or 4 seasons. I want to say, I think this episode, which I just did last night, because I was sick on Friday, I couldn't do it. So I just did my live watch party last night for what we're about to discuss. And I can honestly say that episode got me out of my chair. I literally left the screen. Screen was up, left it open, got up, went to the fridge, went and got something to drink. I think I even rolled around on the ground a couple of times. Like this episode, man, what is going on? But we're about to get into it and we're about to talk about it. And also, just to let you guys know in the chat, if you are thinking anything, feeling anything with the stuff that we're going to be discussing, make sure you put it in the chat, because you guys know that I do put your comments on the screen, and sometimes we do discuss your comments. But I want to now introduce this lovely lady. Where is my mouse? My mouse is stuck. She has not been with us for a few episodes, and I am so excited to see this pretty face. Hey, Cherise.
Hello, you guys. I miss you.
We miss you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, absolutely.
So we just went around the room and we introduced ourselves. So I didn't introduce myself, but Cherise, let them know who you are, where you came from, and where they can find you on your social media.
Okay, I am Cherise Logan from Ready to Love Miami, and you can find me at Cherise Logan on Instagram, and Logan Skincare is my business on Instagram. I'm on Twitter and YouTube. Everything is all in my name. Please join me.
Yes, definitely join her and follow her and support her as well. And if you are in the Miami, Florida area, definitely you need to get yourself a facial, okay? Get hooked up, okay? All right, so we're going to jump right into it because it is so much to discuss. Like, you know what? It's just so much to discuss. Let's just get right into it because I can't. Somebody said in the comments area, when I said I rolled around on the floor, someone said, yeah, she definitely rolled around. I definitely rolled around. I can't believe what I experienced this episode. Anyway, we are discussing Ready to Love, episode number 10. This episode is called Bro Code Broken. The episode starts with everyone pretty much getting prepared for the getaway. They're all riding in their cars. We got Jeffrey and Morgan riding together. We got Mark Anthony, Mercedes, Cynthia, and Andre riding together. And we have Lyndon, Tony, and Anthony riding together. Pretty much they're just discussing who they're connecting with and what do they think is going to happen on the trip, and pretty much so I mean, you guys know that's so much note. It's so much for the notes this, and I really had to cut it short. But they definitely pulled up at the Crocodile Island, and they thought that that's where they were going to be. And Tommy shows up on his airboat and tells the group that, hey, yeah, y'all are going to go to your destination, but guess what? Before the trip is over, someone obviously unpacked, and one woman will be going home on this trip. The group does take the airboats to their house, and pretty much they just start running around like I did when we got to the house for their rooms. And Andre and Mercedes, they do have a quick moment. Tony and Lyndon play a game of pool. We're going to jump right into it. Tony and Lyndon play a game of pool after they get settled in their house. Lyndon wants to play for Morgan's honor, but Tony wants to play whoever wins. That's where Morgan is sleeping. That's the game he playing. Okay. So Morgan walks in and sees the men and tells them that, or he tells her, like, yeah, the winner, you gonna have to sleep with them. So pretty much Tony wins the game, and him and Morgan leave the scene. There are a few side conversations before they all meet in the kitchen to make dinner. Tony has a problem that Lyndon is sitting next to Morgan. Tony gets up and moves. Morgan asks him, like why he there, like why he following you, like I just don't understand. And Morgan says that Tony is acting like a madman, and Morgan says that Tony needs to calm down and she tells him, like, you need some help, bro. So we can go ahead and start going back to Tony and Lyndon playing the game of pool. Honey, I need to get those notes out because I already we're gonna be talking about this for a minute. I said, let me just say all the notes right now.
I'm interested to hear what y'all gonna say about this.
Yeah, we're talking about the pool game, right?
Yep, we're talking about the pool game, Lyndon and Tony.
So okay, this particular game is, or this particular situation, I look at this as primitive men, right? And then they're wagering, another person on the line, for the prize. Now, as the person that's being wagered, First off, you should be able to step up and say, I am not for sale. I'm not up for auction. I am more valuable than your pool game. My fate should not lie in the hands of the 8 ball. Right. At the end of the day. That's number one. Number two, any man that wagers you as a piece of currency for another man doesn't really care about you. Right. And then also, what that does is that should be telling you right there that you have no worth because you're disposable. Because what if I lose? Then what?
Right.
So you're now disposable to me. You are nothing but mere currency for the moment. So I mean that right there should be telling enough for a person to say F both of y'all or F you or whatever. Like that just lets you know right there where you stand. I'm done.
We got Sharice or Tyrone.
I feel like they were just trying to be competitive, with the whole pool thing.
I don't think there's.
Maybe there was like some friction there. They were fighting over her pretty much. I mean,
I'm so sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
I think Lyndon came in with an agenda, man. I think he came in with an agenda. This is just my opinion. From the card ride, he was all about connections and trying to figure out who was where, just to see, what he could use to his advantage at some point. When it comes to the wagering and them playing pool, like they were literally cockfighting, sticks in hand and everything, right? But it was Lyndon's idea to wager Morgan, not Tony's. Let's make that clear. It was Lyndon's idea. From my perspective, Tony was just being confident in the connection that he had with Morgan to say, I'm a one-up you. We're going to bet on where she's sleeping because I already know I'm going to win whether I hit this shot or not, right? That's how I took it. And then after that, Lyndon's response was like, oh, well. And then I also think, like you said, P.O., this was Morgan's first opportunity to shut all of that down and be like, yo, are we going to be mature about this or not? Right? We all know what we're here for.
Right.
Let's just make it happen. Or what she could have done before she even got to the house was add some clarity to the situation. Every season, they get on one of the fellas for being undecided. They literally skewered Randall last season for his indecisiveness, right? Playing around with people's feelings. And even the season before that, they was getting on Cliff for being indecisive, playing with people's feelings. So that's what I feel Tony was being frustrated about, not because of Lyndon, but because, like, what are we doing here? Why can't you in this? Why is it awkward for you? If you don't have no feelings, why is it awkward? If you know what the deal is, then why not tell everybody what the deal is, including this dude that likes you?
Right. But here's the thing. This is the part where Tony starts to take the relationship between him and Morgan and down a degradation path, right? So, as a man, the moment you say, if I win, she gets to come to my room, she's now being objectified, right? And you have to, even as a confident man, I would be saying, yo, bro, I'm not playing you for no shot. I already know what it is. She coming with me regardless, so you can't wager on her if you that confident. But when you pause and you objectify her, now you have now become what Lyndon was. And I think Lyndon only did that to dig at Tony. I don't think that Lyndon truly wanted to or was looking for a way to objectify her. It's just, end of the day, you can't degrade a woman. And then what if okay, so he won. Now what? So now, there's an agreement made that you didn't even sign the contract on, and you have to fall into this. No, that's not how we do it as men. Like Tony's what, 40 years old, 41 or something like that. He's not 20. So I
Right. So
mean,
I do agree with you, but I think we probably took it differently because I felt like Tony was just responding to Lyndon.
understood.
Tony was just to me, it looked like Tony was just kind of minding his business, dealing with Lyndon being in his presence. If
Understood.
you listen, it was Morgan that
Hmm.
one was the one that brought it up again, saying, "What is the final wager?" And then Tony was just repeating what the wager was.
Right. End of the day, though, man to man, if you bossed up, you gonna say, "Yo, I'm not playing you for nothing." Like this is already in the bag, bro. You
But
know,
he's responding to somebody that's just trying him for no reason.
understood.
Do you know what I
Which I
mean?
mean, yeah, which I think would be the leg up if homeboy was like, man, why like wager me on something that I can actually win.
Right.
I
But
already won this.
that's easy to do when your girl ain't tripping. You know what I mean? But if your girl's actually giving him some attention, you ain't gonna just come out like that.
Well, I mean, but see, that's damn. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Tony and Morgan, they the same height. I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is Morgan is entertaining Lyndon. So he can't just be 110% confident.
But here's my thing though. Why you like this is one of the things I always preach in that environment. In that particular environment, not the real world. How are you worried about what somebody else is doing with somebody else? Like if you doing your thing, you the man, this is where it's at. So, if you go and you go somewhere else, you miss the program and that's on you. Like, so there's a level of some sort of insecurity there when you can't know that you put in the work that you put in and you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like you should be sure about what you're putting out. And if you're not sure what you're putting out, then yeah, you want to take that stance and you want to say, "Oh man, I gotta, combat this guy." Like a real man. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not a real man, but in real world situations, I'm like, "Yo, man, I'm gonna do my thing," and this is where the prize is at, man. If you ain't, if you ain't on this, then hey, is what it is. Train's gonna roll.
I get you, but I think this situation is different, right? He's
Nah,
being pesky. We all know why Lyndon is here. There's only one reason Lyndon is there. And then over time,
I
that
get
can
it.
get annoying, man. That can get
Right.
annoying.
Linden is like that fly on Sunday morning when you're sleeping in and it's buzzing over your ear and you just can't get rid of it. And you get woke up earlier. I get it. But at the same time, you still gotta talk to a man. You can put a man in his place without stepping into his own world. You understand? Like, you need to be true to who you are, right? And you can't just go in and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play your game. No, I'm not gonna play your game. You gonna play my game, and my game is this. You know, that's what I'm saying. You don't always have to stoop.
I get it, and I don't, but I get it. I get it. If that's
don't
his
don't
girl,
stoop to another
like
man's level.
if that's your girl, you 1 year, 2 years deep, yes. And I can also understand you being confident in the work that you are putting in. But he clearly can't be that confident if she's still entertaining it.
So then
That's
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 what I'm saying.
why that's why
So
he's not that
so
confident.
yeah. So then you have to then say to yourself, okay, I didn't do my thing like I thought I did. Now I need to reevaluate the situation. But what you can't do is downgrade yourself to become, to go into an arena where somebody else is baiting you into it. That's gonna make you look petty.
But that's the thing. Like when they are together one on one,
Hmm.
Morgan is reassuring him, calling him baby, sitting on his lap, doing everything, that Tony wants.
Right.
Yet when it comes time to check Lyndon, she won't do it. It's calling it awkward.
Understood. But that's the thing, though. He should be having some back end conversation with Morgan and level setting. All right, where are
Uh,
you at with this situation? Okay, look, either we have to get on some sort of accord here. You got to make it. You got to let me know that you as real as I am about this. Otherwise, I need to step off. It's as simple as that. In that process, that's what you should be doing because you don't have a whole lot of time to sit there and BS and wait for people. And he's using his time instead of applying it to Morgan, he's applying it to Lyndon and getting caught up in the buffoonery with him. So
I'm going to
there's
say
that.
I appreciate this conversation because y'all are actually talking about the guys, and you guys are having a debate about it. And are y'all done? I mean, I enjoy hearing two different. I'm
I feel
enjoying.
you.
I
This
mean,
never really happens that often.
I think we
right.
reached. I think we reached a
Yeah,
good point. I think there's going
yeah,
to be more for us to
yeah,
talk
no
about.
doubt, no doubt. But
Yeah.
I will say, bottom line, like I get it. Anthony is super alpha. He's alpha, and he wants to, alpha all over London. I get it, but you still got to be tactful, and you still have to, have your own standards and uphold those, so that you don't come off looking like a jackass. When you get baited by somebody else. That's all.
Mm, mm.
It really.
Tina Brown says, just curious, what was Sharice getting ready to say a little bit earlier? Do you remember?
No, we stomped out her fire.
I think I finished by saying that I just feel like they're, they have the same connection. So this is just what happens, they gotta try to say something to get the other's attention. So, and then by the time you get to the getaway, it's like, you're trying to figure out if you're really connecting with this person or if that person is there for you. So I thought it was interesting the beef that Tony and Lyndon had over Morgan. But that's what happens when you're interested in the same person.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit much, but I knew, because like we've seen from the very beginning, Tony is very, very competitive, and Lyndon just seems like the type of person that just loves to push buttons, especially Tony's button. My concern, I think I had with that scene was how Morgan played into it. That's what I kind of felt like I wish I would walk in the room and y'all bedding to see who I'm gonna sleep in the bed with. How about I don't sleep in the bed with none of yous? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, why y'all even,
That part.
like why y'all even talking about like y'all need to be wagering something else? Like what? Hold on, what?
I would have been like, no, who's gonna make my breakfast in the morning?
That part. That part.
Who's gonna draw me some bath water so I can get in it by myself?
Yeah, exactly. So
Or
it just
rub my feet.
yeah, and I just thought that it was just, I don't know, it just kind of was just slightly distasteful for me for them to have done that. And then for her
And
to,
didn't she fall on the floor after they said
I
that?
was about to say that, yeah, and was rolling around like it was funny. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I think
I think
I think one thing's for sure, based off of what I saw in that moment, um, they they definitely they didn't see what the assignment was, and that was find your connection and spend time with your connection, not your connection's connection, right? And not try to tear them apart or whatever. Like they spent, from this episode, from what I'm seeing, they spent more time ripping each other apart than
Mhm.
applying that extra time that they had into, getting to a bottom line.
yeah, I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, I was just more so bothered. It bothered me that the guys did that, but it bothered me more so like she just thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks and processes things differently. Yes. Real quick, let's go ahead and say hi to Really B. Thank you for joining us today. I was trying to interclude. My head, child. I wanted to interclude you about 5 minutes ago.
Interclude
But
though.
No, it
what
was
were
a good
you?
debate. I was actually surprised at the debate. I was surprised at what I was hearing, but it was a good conversation. I just want to say, I agree with you ladies. I was disgusted by that whole scene from the very beginning. How dare you sit here and have a conversation about who I mean, not even in a sexual manner, but who you think I'm going to sleep in the bed with. I'm not even in the room. And how dare you even think? I just didn't find it funny. I didn't find it cute. Like you said, the fact that she even entertained it. But if we go back to that, what was it, the third episode when they were on the boat, when they were playing the game, and I said it then, and I think I said it over here. I know I said it in my review. Morgan plays games. Remember when who do you think are the three sexiest people here? And she had just had that conversation with Tony about, well, you're not showing me enough attention and I like you and I need you to show me that you like me. Yet when you had an opportunity, what did you do? You purposely named three people. You named the guy that you knew was going to get under his skin. You named yourself, and then you named another woman. You were playing games. So Morgan does that. So she plays those games, and those are the kind of games that get people hurt.
Yeah,
That's true.
so one thing I do wonder is, okay, let's just say Morgan never walked in the room. What does that look like when Tony comes to Morgan and say, "Yo, I beat Lyndon's ass in pool, and so now the bet was you got to come to my room. So let's go."
That would have been a fight for me. That would have been like,
whole
wait, who you talking to?
Right, exactly. Right. So I just want to give a pause real quick. Shout out to Another Round. She just became one of our bona fide, honorary, in real life soulmates. She just joined my membership on my channel. If you guys don't know, if you see that little S, if you see any of my soulmates in the chat with the little S with the circle around it beside their name, that means that they are a bona fide member of this page. And also to Another Round is one of my moderators, and you can find Another Round on Instagram, and also she has a YouTube channel. And if you go over to Little Black Book 91, which is Kojo's channel, she's always doing reviews over there with Kojo. So definitely check out Jay and Another Round. She's pretty amazing. She's the one that's putting all the links in the chat for you guys with the panelists. She just put up Really B TV's link. I think I had it up on the screen. So definitely go back if you want to follow Really B on her YouTube channel. Definitely click that link and go and subscribe to her channel as well.
Yeah, how do I get the green S? I want the green S.
You have to sign up for the membership. It's four different tiers. Yeah, it's 4 different tiers that you can sign up for, and each tier has its like own perks. And I'm about to have merch for my soulmates too. So
congratulations, Sabrina.
I was gonna say, and if you guys sign up for the membership, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them all sent out for the month of April. So anybody that is a member the month of April, towards the end of April, I'm going to be sending a free gift to all of my soulmates that are members for my channel.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Man, she gonna send us that keychain.
It's like Oprah. Girl.
It's not gonna be a car.
You get a gift.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be a car, but it's definitely not gonna be a You are funny. Oh my God. All right. Really B, did you have anything else that you wanted to add with the scene from the very beginning up into the pool game? Because remember, they had the car ride. If you want to say anything about that, did anyone want to mention anything about that, the car ride or anything? No. Yes. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move forward.
I want to mention just one thing about the convo about sleeping in the same room.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But it was really, really quick when, I don't know if y'all heard it, but Lyndon questioned Morgan about the room situation when she said our room.
I
And I
remember
want to
hearing that.
I want to know if you remember that part.
Yeah, I remember. But
It's
that
what
was
Lisa
later
was
on,
trying
though.
to say.
Yeah, that was later
Okay.
on because she was like, our room, such and such. And he was like, wait a minute, our room. And she was like, no, me and Cynthia's room.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I caught that.
Sabrina's on it. Sabrina's on it tonight.
Let me no, I'm just saying because after I sit and do my live watch party and then I have to sit and review it and sit and watch and take notes and stop and go and stop and go, it's hard for me to not, you know what I'm saying? Like know everything. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. Anyway, all right, guys, let's go ahead and move forward. Thank you for being patient with me because I know my voice, I'm trying to keep up. All right. Anthony and Sue Ann meet up to have some quality time together. Anthony wants to make sure that Sue Ann knows that they good. He wants to build a communication with her. He wants to know, is it too late? Did he burn his bridges with her? Sue Ann says, she really doesn't see a difference in Anthony, and she is pretty much waiting for him to come out, and she's been waiting for a long time. He wants to know, did he burn his bridges communicating with her? She responds, you snooze, you lose. And you've been snoozing for a while. She says that he has been snoozing for a very long time. Anthony says that he didn't realize until later. Anthony says that he did not realize until later that he was actually interested in her. Honey, I almost fell out my chair when I saw that. I almost fell out my damn chair. I promise you on everything. I was like, what? I mean, I know in 2012 when we had met, right? I knew you was feeling me, but I just wasn't ready just yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed to find myself. I needed to sow oats. I needed to see what was out there in the world. I know now it is 2023, but I'm here to tell you I'm ready. Okay, that's my little soliloquy. I'm done.
That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
My
only soliloquy is boy bye. That's all I got is boy bye.
Right. But you know what though, really be that to me sounds like production wanted him to close out the deal, to shut it down. We came here to identify our true connections, go over here and have a conversation with her. And I think that was his lighthearted way of doing that. I don't think he really meant anything by that. And in fact, I bet you that before they even got there off camera, they've already solidified the fact that they're just friends and that's all they're going to be. And I think that was just showing us, the viewership, is what we got.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Just like in the last episode, when I said they should get Oscars for their performances,
Right.
I feel like, they had the pre-read and everything. And then once they got in front of the cameras, they said just enough, to close the loop on their connections and allow both of them, to move towards who their main connections are with a little bit of clarity, with a little bit of respect.
Right.
Anthony did take a little L, for the sake of the show, so shout out to him. I told you he was the glue keeping everything together. So shout out to Anthony on all that. So whenever I see him and Sue together, I don't believe, anything that they're saying. But I
There's no
listen.
chemistry at all whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything there, but I'm listening to what they're saying, right? And what they're saying is just them closing the loop and them understanding what it is. You see, they both even got a slight chuckle on their face when he's like, so did I drop the ball? And it just kind of, gives her a little bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Credibility as well. You know, to make it seem like she was truly, you know, giving him an option, giving him a chance.
All right, guys, real quick. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Danielle Owens. She just became a member on the channel. She is an honorary bona fide now soulmate. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Can I get a bomb, P.O.? Can I get a bomb?
Oh yeah, you know I'm down.
Can I
Always out
get
here
2
dropping.
bombs? One for Jay,
Yeah.
another round, and one for Danielle.
Oh yeah, let me drop the bombs for them. Here they come. Y'all ready for it?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
We ready.
Okay. Well, I had to load it up. Here we go. Wait. That's too low. That's the one bomb. Yes.
Thank you, P.O.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
No doubt.
guys. Thank you for joining the community and the family over here. We love you guys so much. All right. I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't know who was speaking, but you can finish. We're talking about Anthony and Sue Ann, and did he drop the bomb? He wants to know, did he drop the bomb? Did he wait too late? And yeah, Sue Ann, like, yeah.
We're done with that. We're done with it. You know, it was Hollywood, a Hollywood moment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bye, Anthony and Sue Ann. Oh, poor Tink Tinks. Okay, where's my notepad? Oh my God, did I just close out my whole? Oh my God, sorry guys, I gotta find it. Ready to Love. What in the world? I'm sorry, I gotta find my notes. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, I ain't show my pictures. How come y'all? Oh,
That's all right. It wasn't really much on that one anyway.
I
I'm
know,
about to
but
say.
y'all let me.
Yeah, you can make it up with the real ones.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Ready to Love. Why I'm looking at Ready to Love Potomac? What in the world?
While you're searching, we got to hang
Yeah, you
out
don't
this
want
weekend.
Oh,
Paul
bro.
and
Yeah,
I.
we did. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Where
It was a
did
good
you guys
time.
go?
Wait a minute.
We just hung out at this spot with Sean.
Yeah.
Who's Sean?
We had a good time. Sean from DCC.
Yeah, Chandra.
Tyrone.
DC?
What up? Corey
Yeah,
was
DC.
there.
You didn't
Oh, yeah,
tell
yeah.
me. You were supposed to tell
I
me.
did.
When? You did not tell me.
Oh, you mean the exact place?
How else
Or
I'm
that
gonna
I
know?
was going to be in
No.
DC?
I knew you was gonna
You
be
know
in
what?
DC. I said, if y'all do anything, let me know and I'll come up.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't want to talk about it no more. My
You know what?
feelings.
Next time's a bad mofo. But you know what, Ty? I've been trying to call that place for the past 3 or 4 days because when I left out of there and I never paid the bill. And I'm trying to cash out these people the money,
Oh
but
shoot!
nobody's answering the phone.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
never paid. I'm on the show.
Oh, stop.
I'm gonna pay it.
Don't tell them because they're going to come after you. They're going to be like, Paul,
I'm about to say the people gonna be at the door.
he ran out on the bill.
Nah,
Right,
that's
the
what I
people
said.
gonna be
I've
at
been
the
trying to
door.
call them and so I could cash app them. You know what I mean? It wasn't but like $10, but you know,
Oh, my goodness gracious.
but I still got to pay it. You know what I mean? Gotta pay
What
it.
did you get for $10?
French fries.
$10.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
$10?
Oh no! I'm
Was
glad
they-
I didn't
hope
come.
they was truffle.
Just joke.
No, they had the ketchup for the truffle.
Every time I hear that word truffle, I think it's so funny. All right, well, I found my notes. Y'all ready?
We ready,
Yeah.
baby.
Okay, I'm just going through the pictures because, all right, guys, let me take this off the screen. All right. Oh, poor Sue Ann and Anthony. All right. So next we have Cynthia and Andre. They have a moment. Cynthia says that she hasn't opened up to Andre like this. pretty much how she's opened up to Anthony. So yeah, Cynthia says that she doesn't know if she can deal with all that flashy from Andre. He starts talking about how he wants to pretty much help kids, and he does give us and Cynthia a little background about his past and being homeless, etc. He says that he isn't living for himself, but he is living for others. Cynthia says that Andre is consistent and she likes that. Anthony says that she is, I said Anthony. Andre says that she is a sweet young lady. He likes what he sees and he needs to really decide and make a decision soon.
Right. You see what Ty was doing? He looked like he was dozing off, because that's what I did when I watched that part of the episode. Here's another garbage scene where they're like, okay, guys, we got to close these connections out, have a conversation so we can show the viewers that you're moving on with your other connection. That's all that was. I mean, I get it. They had to fill up the time slot. So, good job. Tony, you should, or Andre and Cindy, y'all should get a SAG card for that one.
What?
Yeah, I agree. They were very non-committal in the conversation, especially Cynthia. Closing out the loop. We got to hear a little bit more about them, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, like Paul said.
So let me just say this. I know I've been missing for a couple of weeks. So let me just ask: are we buying any of these couples? Because I feel like y'all not buying nobody.
Yeah,
I'm not either. I just feel like I don't feel like anybody really has a serious connection. I feel like last week solidified it with me with Anthony meeting with 3 of the women as his tops. I'm like, sir, you can't have 3 people as your top at this point. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm just not feeling. I'm not feeling any sparks.
you mean the people that are gonna?
The best part of this whole episode was the Morgan Tony Linden aspect. Like the rest of it was like, eh.
You mean the couples that you think are going to end up as couples, or the couples you think are going to last?
No,
that you have faith in?
I'm not none of these couples. I don't have faith in none of these couples.
I got at least one that they're not showing a lot of just yet.
Okay.
Who?
I like Anthony and Cynthia.
Mm.
I did at first, but I don't know. Anthony, I don't know. He's not very assertive.
My man Blake is in the house.
Okay.
Oh God.
He has his connection.
With who? Suzu?
Whatever.
Really, B said a real connection.
Right. We said
That's
chemistry.
real.
Do we see love? Do we see sparks? Do we see
Child.
Yeah, y'all didn't see
Hearts,
Cynthia's
hearts.
face during that walk up. She's been on him ever since.
Cynthia?
Ever since their first date.
Hold on.
She was on Andre, and then Andre left.
Right.
And then she jumped on Anthony.
Exactly.
Right, but you can see Anthony's being, what's the word, coy with the other women for a reason, because he already has, you know what I mean? Like he already has his eyes set on someone, and he's just got to play the role for a bit, And not at the house, they get to really let loose. And he done cleared it out with Sue-Ann. I think there may be a conversation with Mercedes coming, and then we'll get to see that blossom.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. If it was any couple that I would have to choose, I would have to pick Cynthia and Anthony. I really, honestly, I like them for each other. I really hope that they work out.
I'll keep it real though. Cynthia and Anthony, they have that mature energy that you would want to see from the show.
Right. 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 Yeah, I'm honestly like this episode, I feel like watching it for the first time, it was so good, but now like we're talking about it, I'm like, meh. Sabrina, you said last week Mark Anthony is not attracted to Mercedes. I think it may be true because Mark Anthony expressed to Jeffrey how beautiful she is. Hasn't said that to Mercedes. That part. And also too, if you remember that scene where him and Jeffrey, I actually have a picture of it. Him and Jeffrey are sitting, and I remember when I did my live watch party yesterday, she was like, oh my God, it's becoming so difficult. She's like, I didn't realize it was going to be this hard. Like, I really need to pretty much make a decision. Like, oh my God, I can't believe like we're really here. Like, I have to figure some things out. And that's Jeffrey. And then Mark Anthony goes, God, you're so sexy and beautiful. I was like, what the holy heck? Like after she said all that, all you could say was, you're so beautiful. God, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of.
that's because he trying to see what that nappy like.
It makes me think what would have happened if they wasn't interrupted.
Yeah,
Even as a joke.
Exactly. Because, and that was crazy because in real life, I was like, why would the producers send him out there? Maybe to try to get like a negative, they thought that they were going to get a negative response. But in real life, yeah, like Mark Anthony and Andre, they in it to win it. And it ain't a woman.
Because Mark Anthony's a beast. That's
No, Mark Anthony is just
me being
very
nice.
attractive. And that's all it is.
I think that the on the real, I think the attraction with Jeffrey is more superficial.
Oh, absolutely.
He trying to crush. That's all.
Yeah, well, so is Andre. That's how I feel. Did you see? I mean, oh my God, I'm about to see.
We'll talk about later. Yeah, let's get to
I
that.
can't. Like, I want to hurry up and get to the good scene so bad. I can't believe we're already pretty much 30 minutes into the show and we're only 47 minutes in this review. I don't have a time frame. We finish in an hour. We freaking finish in an hour, but let's just get to the good stuff because I mean, we can't skip over anything, but let's get it popping because this is the next scene. Excuse me 1 second, guys. I gotta call. Hold on. I gotta go over here. Excuse me. All right. So next scene we have Morgan, Tony. Oh, shoot. This ain't the scene. That's how my pictures show. God bless America. I'm sorry, guys. Don't judge me. 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 I love you.
I just got done judging you.
No, don't judge me. Where is the why is it all like I see this is when they had lunch, but why are my pictures? Okay, screw it. Let me just read the notes. It is what it is. I'll find the pictures. Morgan, Tony, and Jeffrey have a conversation about her confusion between who she should choose. And Tony walks in and she's like, I need advice. I need a man's point of view, a man's advice. And Tony does pretty much give his advice. Morgan starts to tell Tony, like, dag, everything you just said made so much sense when it comes to other people. But when it comes to your own stuff, you don't have no sense. Like, golly, I just don't understand. Morgan says that he can be a hothead and that scares her about him.
Damn.
He can be a hothead and that scares her about him. I'm sorry. Morgan says that he is jealous of Lyndon. Tony says that he feels no way about him. He is not a threat to him. Tony says she needs to set stuff straight and she ain't doing it. That's the problem. Morgan says, but you ain't do that with Marcia when she was here. Tony says that she don't know how much she don't know how to turn him down, and she need to figure it out. You need to turn him down. You need to let him know, yeah, like ain't no chances. Like I know but we not talking about Marcia right now. Marcia not here. I'm sorry, because I'm trying. Those not even my notes. I just
You know what? That's right on point though. And I feel like in this moment, Tony's like, man, he feels like, man, I beat and Lyndon didn't. But apparently that goes to show you what your game is like. So there's that part. The other part is Morgan comes off as, you have the hunter now being the hunted, in that statement where she's saying, Tony has these red flags or whatever. But I mean, there's a lot of toxicity in that uh, kind of variable. You have Morgan, who could activate a grand exit, I guess, at any time, and then she's saying that Tony's a hothead. However, I will say to Tony's point, I didn't see him do anything hot-headed like or whatever. But yeah, maybe he does have it in him, and he's super aggressive with her. Like, it's like in this moment here, he's like, man, shut up and give me a kiss. It's that aggressiveness that I think, that Morgan's seeing, and maybe she's interpreting that differently, especially when when we talk about alpha, there's a difference between alpha and controlling, right? And so there's that very, very thin line against when it comes to alpha men and controlling. And sometimes women might interpret that as being controlling, or some men may think that they're alpha and they are actually controlling and not alpha. You know what I mean? So there may be that mixture of the variable right there. I think that, if Morgan and Tony becomes a couple, there is that the police will be at that house every other week, every other day, maybe. It'd be a lot. So I think, when you look at these two couples, I say y'all need to just go, get somebody, just go get somebody else. Like Morgan needs somebody like Lyndon, who is a little bit more softer, that can, kind of internalize that and not go red line. The same thing with Tony. He needs somebody that's going to fall in line and do what he says. Like, he told her, cut it off with Lyndon. He needs that type of girl that's going to, kind of say, okay, Tony, I'm going to do what you said. So there's a lot. There's a lot there. But they need to stay the hell away from each other, bottom line.
That part. Really, B?
Actually, I was going to agree with you. Paul, you went around Robert Hood's bond to get to that. Because when you were like, you won't see nothing aggressive, I was like, wait a minute, what? But okay, as long as the end result is the same, because I think I think that the two of them together are not a good decision. I agree with you. I see flashing lights and court appearances. They remind me of that couple from last season. Was it Swayze? What was his name? And the two of them used to fight. Then they be cool. Then they be fighting. Then they be cool. But I also think I'm gonna take one of your lines, Paul, that you always like to use. I think this is some stuff with. I think a lot of what we're seeing happens off camera, and we're seeing the result on camera. When she says, just the way you act when you're angry, it's like a lot of those comments. I don't think it's so much what we've seen, so much as has happened. Because I believe that the two of them have probably spent a lot of time together outside of the cameras. And I think that's another reason why he's so confident that Lyndon is a non-factor, because I feel like those are the conversations that they've had, And so I think that, I mean, his behavior on screen concerns me. Hers does too. Like I said, I think they some of the things that she said gave me pause, and I agree. I think at the end of the day, the two of them just need to be in neutral corners, and that be that. That's just.
I think we did question, Morgan's awareness or self-awareness, multiple times, right? I think we mentioned like sometimes we don't think she understands what she's saying. So maybe she may be living it differently than everyone else. The more I watch the episode, like the more I see Tony do less and less wrong. I think he's trying. You could see from previous conversations that they had on camera how their relationship was. It was like this secretive, I got you if you don't worry, you know, um, it was always like that. So what happened this episode? Tony even hit her back with the line that she gave him when she was like, get it together, because you know what it is. So he hit her back with it, was like, get it together. So remember when we talked about that? When Morgan was saying that he got one too many connections, get it together. And Tony was saying, what did he say? Noted, got it, noted. So he's expecting the same thing and not getting it. I think it would be a little toxic, but I do think that makeup sex would be good. Maybe maybe they think it'll be worth it, but hey.
Ike and Tina.
Honey, that's the problem. That's like literally they in a whole relationship. Outside of filming, they in a whole relationship. There's no way that no man and no woman gonna act like that unless they smashing. Because if I don't care, I don't care. And if a man ain't smashing for real, he don't care. And obviously it's good because he tripping. Okay.
Yep. Exactly.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
The way he looked at her when she got up from sitting on his lap, oh my God, I was like, yeah, absolutely. It is what it is. And she acting all, why are you acting like this? He's so hot-headed. Oh my God. Like, you was the girl that put Nair in your ex. I'm scared of him. I just don't know. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like,
See,
You ain't never living that down. You are the Nair lady.
And the whole jealousy thing, whose fault do y'all think that is if she's saying that Tony is jealous? Do you think it's Tony's fault for being insecure, or do you think it's her fault for not securing him?
both. I think it's both, and that's why it's
Tony,
a problem.
right. Tony got the naps and then re-internalized that, and he got, he's feeling angry because he's like, yo, you know what it is. Like, you was just over the crib 2 weeks ago or 2 days ago or whatever. Now I got to sit up here. When we get home, it's gonna be some other. You know what I'm saying? So he's playing all of that out in this frustration and it's spilling. Like if I mean realistically, if Tony didn't clap that, I would definitely I would be like I'd be beside myself.
I got a question for the ladies. Like, what would y'all say? And even the ladies in the chat, what would y'all say if your man was saying that you are jealous of another woman? Why are you acting so jealous of her?
What's the question?
That's a broad question. I'm not.
Tyrone, that was pretty
your
ambiguous.
mate mentioned that you are acting jealous of this other woman,
I don't know. I don't think I would care.
Hold on, I missed it again. Say it again. One of my ears is clogged up. I'm sorry, Tyrone. What you say?
if the guy was saying that you're acting jealous, the way that Tony said, I mean, the way that Morgan said it about Tony, he's jealous of Lyndon, right? Just a natural convo like that. And your man was like, Sabrina's jealous of so-and-so.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes back to my question. Is it the guy's fault for not securing you? Or is
Oh
it your
no,
fault for not being
I said it
confident
was
in yourself?
both. I feel like that Tony is very insecure, but I also feel like that Morgan planted seeds on the boat ride when she was like, Lyndon is the finest one here. You know what I mean? Like she's always dangling, and I said that on my review, like she's always dangling Lyndon in Tony's face. She likes it. She likes men to fight over. That's why she had a ball when they were fighting over at the pool table. You know what I'm
And
saying? But I don't think she realizes how serious it is with Tony. Like it's cute for a non-alpha secure man, but you got an insecure alpha that you doing this to. That's going to be a problem. He's aggressive. He seems like he could be aggressive, and in real life, you ain't no different than him. Like it's a TNT. Hold on. It's a M&T. Like it's about to explode. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like facts.
And
Both of
then,
them,
you know,
she messy. Yeah, she messy.
I feel like, Morgan probably said that thing about Lyndon too, probably the day after Tony jumped out. So, you know what I mean? He probably like, wait a minute, what? I was I was just over the crib last night and you gonna sit up there and throw this man in my face? She seemed like she would have did something like that to the kid.
I think
Yeah,
they
under
both.
normal circumstances, I can see where it would be an issue. But the two of them,
Right.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really, it looks like, I mean, to me, honestly, the only thing that Morgan and Tony have, they just have great sexual chemistry. That's all
Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
They just don't, like, I don't see them living happily ever after, him being the man that she wants, the king that she desires to cater to her and take care of her. Because soon as she don't like something, don't want something, ain't gonna say something, says too much of something, he's going to have a problem and he's gonna snap. Like, we're gonna get into it because even when he went into the room, she was like, no, like, and it was so funny because on my reaction, I just personally just had a situation like that. Like, you try to go to somebody and communicate with them, like, this is a problem, like that bothers me, and he like, what? I don't think it's a problem. I mean, I just don't know. I love you. I miss you. But no, I have a problem and I want to talk to you about it. I understand that, but I just want us to be good. Like, I'm trying to make sure, you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that personally happened to me.
Right.
That's just
I feel you.
that energy that I'm getting. Like, he diverts a lot of stuff. He dismisses a lot of stuff. And she's pretty much right. And she's showing him now, like, you can't do that no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that a lot of stuff came out in this episode too. Anyway, because I'm talking ahead. Anybody got anything else to say about
the TT toxic too? No.
Yeah. M&T, honey. M&T. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Because that's a bomb ready to be exploded, honey. All right. So did I say Morgan, Tony, and Jeffrey have a conversation? Yes, they all sit down for a group dinner. Lyndon asked Tony, am I already here?
Yes, you are.
Wow. You know
what?
what?
Else in this episode with the three of them.
It wasn't.
It did happen early, though. It happened early.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I can't believe we're only an hour into it, but it is what it is, honey. I'm about to go make me some tea and eat me some popcorn and wash my little stories. They all sit down for a group dinner, and Lyndon asked Tony, who would you send home? Tony. He also asked, if Marcia was still here, who would you pick? Morgan or Marcia? Tony wants to know, how does Lyndon feel about him kissing Morgan 5, 6, 7, 18 times, and he hasn't kissed her not once? Lyndon responds and says, well, how do you feel about you telling me that if Marcia was here, I could have Morgan and you was going to be with Marcia? Tony was like, come see me outside. No, that's not what happened. I'm just going off my notes. Tony did not deny it. And Morgan says that she was shocked that he would pass her around like an object. Let me keep my thoughts to myself. That he would pass her around like an object. Lennon says that Tony is trying to manipulate not just her, but everybody. Okay, Tony wants to step outside and he wants to be a man about it. And Lyndon says, let's go. Let's go. Let's go outside, honey. Lyndon laugh about every damn thing. Okay, I love me some Lyndon. He's so nonchalant with it. He like, I'm going to just play along with this part because he ain't going to do crap. So
Right.
I'm going to laugh it off.
I don't know. Lyndon might have gave Tony the business because one thing about there's one thing about Jamaicans that when they fight, they don't be fighting with just regular fists. They be foot fists and everything else. So F around and find out. But that one, I'm glad that didn't.
I'm gonna take it a step further. It ain't even just Jamaicans. I think people that don't have to do a lot of talking are usually the ones you have to worry about. So Tony be flexing and he all buffed up and stuff. He ain't the one I'm worried about. It is Lyndon. He the one that you got to worry about.
Well, Tony's short too, by the way. I think Tony's probably like the same height as Morgan. He might be like an inch or two taller. So he's probably like 5'8", maybe 5'9". He looks short.
You saw the picture. He was standing right next to Morgan. They the same.
Yeah.
And I know Morgan's not that tall.
No, Morgan's probably, and Morgan probably had on heels.
No, she had on flats at that time.
Oh, well, Tony probably pool. He's probably like 5'6", 5'7", something like that.
Honey. There wasn't a lot of tall guys on this season. If this was my season, I would be like, can I
check, please?
Yeah, you could send me home. Like after the meet and greet, I'd have been like, I ain't going back. They're gonna be sending me emails and messages like, Sabrina, you wasn't at your call time. I'm gonna be like, and neither was my man over 6 feet. Okay. But anyway, real quick, we're gonna do a pause for the calls. There is 314 of you watching. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We only have, 115 thumbs up. We're going to give a pause for the call so you guys can take a moment to click that thumbs up if you are enjoying the show. Shout out to anybody that is here, that is new, that's never been here before. Welcome to my channel. We have my panelists, we have some YouTubers up here. If you are not subscribed, if you stay to the end, you'll be, which is very, very soon, you'll be able to hear where you can follow them on their socials. And if you want to follow myself on the socials, you can go down to the description box below. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. And it's at Miss Sabrina Soul. And those are my, that's my, right here at Miss Sabrina Soul. So I kind of want to do my song to see if P.O. Hello. Everybody's been asking me, are you going to take your shirt off, P.O.?
Oh, no, the shirt. Give me like 2 more weeks and I'll be right where I need to be. And then I'll do it.
2 weeks? Yeah,
like 2 more weeks.
Really, P.O.?
By the time the reunion comes, I should be on point.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I'll be on point. You know what I mean? Because right now, I ain't been in that gym. I ain't been in the gym in like 2 weeks. So I gotta get 2 weeks up.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the regularly scheduled program.
Yes, back to the regular scheduled program.
I will say this though. Well, first off, with the Lyndon situation, Lyndon, my dude, I'm talking to you directly, brother. Take the glasses off for this one. You can't ever, under any circumstance, ever break the code. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If another man tell you something in confidence, there is nothing that's supposed to out that conversation. You just got to suck that up as a man. All right, back to it. Put my glasses back on. All
How
right.
do you feel about that? Because this episode really was called Broken Bro Code. How do you feel about that, Tyrone?
I
That
said it last week. He will never get invited to the fellas trip. Like he just broke man law. Like you don't break man law for your benefit. You break man law to help your sister, help your cousin, help your mom, not because it's a girl that you like and you're losing.
Right. Yeah, there's no reason whatsoever, regardless of what type of conversation you and I had, for you to go ahead and, as a man, and express something
Yeah.
that I talked to you about in confidence. Now, if I said that to you, just on the fly, like, yeah, you know what, man, blah, 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 you know what I mean? I'm a beast like that, and I could do whatever I want. Now what? And you said that, cool. But if I said, hey, looky here, man, my connection is gone. If my connection was here, man, I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't give a F about her. You could have her, but we don't have to just, go and see what she say. That right there, man, that's no good.
He snuck him. He snuck him.
Yeah, yeah. And
Snuck him
then
hard.
to hide behind the excuse of, I said it because Tony's trying to be a manipulator. You can't be the show savior, bro. Like, that's not your job. Your job is to do what you do as a man, and roll with it like that. I mean, I like Lyndon, like that's my guy on the show. That's my guy. But brother, you cannot. That's one of the things you cannot do. Like from that day forward. Like if you ever do that again, it's better to just cut your tongue out before you say, before you repeat what was said in confidence. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
was bad. He set that up like a experienced lawyer too, coming at
yeah,
that man twice.
yo, when
Everybody minding their business. He came at that man twice.
he
right.
sure did. But the
And
thing is, mhm.
no, I was just gonna say, and also I respect Tony for owning it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
as you
manned up.
should. Yeah,
He manned up. So I
yeah.
give Tony all the respect in the world. He said I said it, and then Lyndon tried to double back and get him again, and he was like, I already said it. If you say something and you real about what you said, stand by that.
right. And at that point, after the third time, ain't nothing left to do but be like, bruh, like, you want to step up? Like, my family's here. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he
So,
said, hold on. He said, I said, we got a question out there from
Mm-hmm.
Miss Pretty Amazing, and it's to me and
Mm-hmm.
Tyrone, and it says, "What should Lyndon have said?" I'll tell you what Lyndon should have said during that moment when he said, "How do you feel about whatever?" Knowing that I kissed Morgan. If I was Lyndon, I would have said, "I don't feel shit because I'm still here." Like at the end of the day, why are you mad at me? Why are you worried about me? You're worried about me. So I don't feel any type of way as long as I got you in the in the cut worrying about what I'm about to do next. I feel fine. That's exactly where I want to be.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Like my presence alone bothers you,
Right.
and I'm gonna stay here. You know what I mean?
That's a
And
good
I would keep
answer.
talking to him.
Right.
That's a
Um,
very good answer. That's a very
and
good answer.
y'all may not notice, but I know I do it. I get a kick out of it. Like if I'm walking down the street and the guy is like with his lady, and then the guy reaches and like holds the lady a little bit tighter, or he'll guide her and move her, put and like
Yes, man.
put her away from
Oh,
me. I love it. I secretly love that because I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, you should be worried about me, and
exactly.
I'm happy that you're showing me that you're worried about me.
Right. And we see this all the time. Like I'm in the gym, I'm working out, and some lady is, on a machine next to me, and then her dude comes up and gives her a kiss. I'm like, man, you kissing in the gym? you serious? Like, I'm not even thinking about this girl. I'm trying to get my workout in. You have to show some sort of ownership. Like, yeah, I'm here. So, don't even think about it. My presence is known. Go sit your insecure ass down and go get those weights over there and finish your workout because nobody thinking about your girl. But
Yeah,
as
thank
men,
you,
we
though.
see that all the time.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts, Sharice, on this scene with Lyndon and Tony and Morgan? Like, I want to hear how you felt about it, because I just want to hear how you felt about it, and then we'll move forward.
I thought it was real. I appreciate the fact that Tony did, he stood his ground. He's making it clear he's willing to fight for her. He doesn't really care how Lyndon feels or anybody else. I thought it wasn't good that he said what he said. He kind of got put on the spot. But the fact that, like P.O. said, he owned up to it, that just wasn't good. That he was like, if she would have been there, that was a bad, that Lyndon spilled that. And I guess it felt like Lyndon was holding on to that. Like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna fix him. Wait till I tell her this. She's really gonna be mad when she finds out that what he said. So I was shocked, actually. I was like, ooh, I wouldn't have liked that.
And remember Lyndon was like, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was like, what?
Yeah, because he was probably like, okay, Tony is being so cocky. Let me shut him down. Wait till I spill this. He was being mad.
But Tony wasn't even saying anything at that time. Like, they were just sitting there eating, and then it was like, hey, Tony, hey, let me ask you a question. I was like, what the holy heck is going on?
And Tony helped his composing about it. But I feel like Lyndon did that on purpose. He knew it. He was like, wait till I say. He couldn't wait to be able to say that.
Yeah, he had fuel. He had jet fuel.
Like, he probably had already told Morgan, maybe he already told her. And he's like, now I'm going to say it in front of him and see if he's going to deny it or see if he's going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
But like me personally, I wouldn't feel right, if I won the girl on a technicality like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Bless you.
Like, yeah.
Because he could spend the entire relationship thinking, where would he be if he never said that?
Right.
Tony,
so you
and
got, he got sympathy love.
And then I hope we get to break down like the timing and everything, and when we talk about who cared about who and who was protecting whose feelings, because I don't think I'm going to agree with most of the crowd.
That's the thing, man. Like, I could never, I'm aggravated by this situation because when I saw this, I'm like, yo, there's no man, like, why I'm not worried about no other grown man. If I'm doing my thing, I'm doing my thing. And if you talking about you kissing her and all this other stuff, well, good for you. But how do you know what she kissed last night? Is what I would be saying. You don't know that. So don't come talking slick to me. But he sat there and, that was just petty. That was just petty, man.
Yeah. And I think if he cared that much, if he thought he was being that manipulative, why didn't he just tell her right away?
Outside of that, I was like, you didn't even have to go. You didn't have to wait till that thing. You could have had a one-off with her. Like, look, homeboy trying to play you, he trying to play me, and blah 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 blah. So, what's up? But he strategized that one. I'll give him an A on the strategy, but he gets an epic F on the on the bro code broken.
Yeah, for real. Man law, like you'd never violate man law. Like, imagine Sabrina, if I'm like, hey, I don't think Walter's good for you. I think you would even give me the side eye.
I mean, but that happened though on our season.
There was some dudes hating.
Yeah, and females. Literally, I had a guy and a girl call me at 8 o'clock in the morning and was like, so what you gonna do? Yeah, and they both tried to convince me to not pick him. They were like, you're not gonna pick him, right? Yeah.
But was the other dude your connection? Was the other dude a connection?
Not
A
at this
possible
time.
connection?
Mm-mm,
Okay, I think it's
not
different. I think that's
anymore.
different. I think that's
Yeah,
different.
but he was. I mean, he was calling me 4, 5 times, 6, 7 times a day.
Yeah, I can't
Wow.
see any of the fellas I know just speaking negatively on another guy
But you
unless
have
he
to
put
think,
hands on a woman or blatantly disrespecting a woman or
but
something.
well, that's Tony, and Lyndon wasn't disrespecting. My thing is at the end of the day, I think it's funny that y'all have this bro code because in real life, they don't like each other. He don't have no loyalties to him.
Don't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all have penises mean absolutely nothing. Like he doesn't
Well,
owe him nothing.
okay, but
Period.
it works the same way as the streets, right? You see something that somebody did, it's almost like, if another man comes up and sucker punch you, right? Man code is you just got to see that dude another time, not call 911 like, yo, he just punched me in my jaw and I want to take him to court.
That's a bad
I'm not
GPO.
I'm not doing that. Now I'm telling you, because it's like this thing. It'd be like me calling 911 saying I just got punched by this man who lives here, and he punched me for no reason. That's not happening. That's broke. Like you can't up. Like it's a man code. You can't. You just can't do that.
But
Yeah,
why? You don't know
because
him. You
we
don't
because we
You
because
can't.
that's just men. Like
If
we
you
just men like that. You can't do that.
and the whole manipulation thing in a dating show don't make sense because if Lyndon had a connection or if someone would have not friend zoned him, he would have been a totally different person. I see what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I feel like real quick, I feel like if he could have had all them connections, it's because he got sick of how Tony was treating him. Go ahead, really be. I'm sorry.
No, I have the delay, so I don't want to talk over. I don't want to talk over y'all. Okay, so this is how I feel about the code. I listen. I'm not a bro, so I respect the rules as you guys are them. But I guess my point of view on it, and I like that answer you gave, Paul. When they were like, well, what should he have said? I really do like that answer you gave. But the flip side of where I'm sitting is I could see if Lyndon just out of nowhere went to Morgan and was like, hey girl, come here. Let me tell you what you're shooting. But they were in combat. And I always thought that when you were in combat, because they weren't friends at the time, they were in combat. So you use whatever tools are in your arsenal, and he had that tool in his arsenal. Now, was he biting at the bit to use it? Yeah. Yes. But I could see if he just went up out of nowhere and pulled her aside and was like, girl, come here, let me talk to you. But what y'all are saying, but I guess in the moment, because I kind of gave Tony the business, right? In that moment, I just didn't see it that way. But that's why it's a good conversation. Because I hear what y'all are saying. But that's how I always took it. I always felt like they not friends. They not bros in that moment. They're in battle. And so he was using the tools he had. That's how I took it.
So let me
I
jump
got
in
it.
here real quick. Let me jump in there real quick. There is something called the arsenal in war, right? You like the strategy in war, right? When you have a war and you know you're about to go to war with somebody, you don't wait for them to shoot at you first. You set up the environment, which he did, and he set the stage pretty good. He specifically targeted Tony, knowing that's an adversary in this situation. And he said, this was already predetermined. Anything you say to me, I'm going to figure a way to launch this attack on you. I'm going to. There's no way out of this. So Tony probably not thinking that he was going to break the code like that, probably, clap back. And he knew, how slick talking Tony was. He knew that Tony was going to say something slick, and he was going to be able to pour that out there. You know what I'm saying? And he strategized that whole thing. So it was like, if he had no intention on putting that out, he would never have targeted Tony. He would have simply just sat at the table and like, okay, well, Blake, how's your connection going? But he said, nah, Tony, and they're adversaries. Tyrone?
First of all, like, why are we even talking about connections, as a grown man? The second thing is, yes, he did target him. And then the other thing is like, if you're going to go into combat, then why not keep that personal? Why not bring in another person that you are trying to win and compete for? Like, I can't fathom doing that, because I wouldn't even feel right moving on with that relationship, knowing that that's how the relationship started. You know what I mean? The girl doesn't, it's almost like she doesn't like me over him based off of who I am and my own personal merit. She likes me over him because he messed up, and she only knows he messed up because I told her something that he said. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like, I don't really care about your feelings. I'm only caring about your feelings because I want to win right now.
So another round.
Yeah, but
she
I also
did.
think.
Really, B, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I'm
No,
just going. I'm gonna say this and I'll be quiet. I just think that we're jumping, and I get it that y'all feel like Lyndon broke code, but I feel like we're jumping over the fact again. Tony used Morgan as a piece of meat and as a pawn in the game, when he was like, "Well, how do you feel about the fact that I've kissed her 3, 4, 5?" Like, once again, and I feel like if I'm Morgan, once again, I feel like, so I'm just a pawn in this. Like, is it really about liking me, or is it about getting the best of Lyndon? Because that's how I would feel by now. The conversations we may have had or whatever, I would just feel like I'm just a pawn in y'all's game. So I think like that. Tony said Tony, I feel like, was very disrespectful.
So I think what happened in that situation, y'all finally got to put a camera inside the barbershop. Do you know what I mean? At that point, it was already personal, right? It was already personal. And for Tony to clearly let Lyndon know that he's better than him, like on a personal level, I won the girl. This is why, right? Remember, I kept saying that, and he was saying he's not worried about Lyndon. It's the fact that he's just still around. He was saying that it's not even, what was his exact words? He's not even a threat to me because he's clearly winning.
But that's not how.
And then at that point, but that's what y'all seeing. That's how y'all taking it. That wasn't that I don't think that comment was meant to disrespect Morgan. It was meant to let Lyndon know where he stands when the two of them are matched up. It just so happened that y'all heard it, and it just sounds really, really, really bad. But I don't think it was really meant that way at all. I think y'all I think it's kind of like, there's a lot of emotion in it. Like, and when Tony explained it, like, we do say things that may not mean what you think it means. I know it may not make sense.
Well, I
know it may not make sense because we don't know the context of that conversation. You know what I mean?
I get barbershop talk. I understand barbershop talk. I don't know if you call it beauty shop talk, but women do the same thing. Like, we have those kinds of conversations. We make those comments about men. That's not my issue. My issue is those conversations need to stay in the barbershop. If y'all have a see who's what is bigger contest, don't do it in front of the women. Once you do it in front of the women, it does become disrespectful. It does cross that line. And if I'm Morgan and I'm sitting in that space, what was there earlier about the whole pool game, to me, it's the pool game all over again. Oh, well, you ain't got to worry about kissing me again because it ain't happening. And I get what you're saying, that that's barbershop talk, but that's why it's barbershop talk. You know what I'm saying?
So at the pool table, Lyndon started that. At the dinner
I don't care
table,
who started
Lyndon
it. It was
started
still
that.
disrespectful. I don't care who started it.
I'm not
To
disagreeing that it was disrespectful. I'm not disagreeing on that. But what I'm saying is I don't think it was meant to be disrespectful to Morgan when it came out of Tony's mouth. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'll tell you this though: the cleanup was BS. I think it was BS. I think that when Tony said that to Lyndon, he was saying that, keeping it a buck, like, yo, man, look, I got all these connections, bro. I'm good. I got Marcia, who I'm feeling the most. You know, he probably already knocked down Morgan, so he know what that's hitting for. He just trying, you know what I mean, crack on Marcia. And he probably like, yo, I'm just trying to see what's up with Marcia. She gone now though, man. So you know, I'm home. You know, Morgan's here. I'm home now. Like you know what I mean? That ain't nothing I could do for you. If Marcia was here and we was on this trip, I wouldn't even be in your face, bro. You could have that. You know, and Tony had to do his recon. He had to go back and clean that up. Like, well, yeah, I said it, but it wasn't like how you thought it was. Meanwhile, it was exactly what she thought it was. She was really second best. But since you're here now, you're first best. You know, he said he was my number one from day one. But at the same time, it's true that you can have a number one, but you can still be interested in somebody, or somebody might be a little bit more interesting than your number one. So there's that. I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Like I wasn't really understanding the outrage, you know,
From home.
about Tony's comment about telling
I got you.
Lyndon that he kissed Morgan more times.
I mean, for me, I think that was a petty move. If I was Tony, I would have just been like, man, look, you needed to sit here and worry about you and watch how this all play out. Or worry about me. Or ask me about my connection.
But Tony started it because Lyndon just asked him a
Lyndon
question.
started.
Lyndon started.
What he started was he was asking him a question about oh God, what did he say? It's in my notes about this was
Who he's gonna
before,
vote for, right?
right? Who was he gonna vote off? And he started to talk about how, well, I'm not gonna vote Marcia off. Like, so yeah, like Marcia is my connect. I mean, not Marcia, I'm sorry. Morgan is my connection. So everybody else is not my connection. You know what I mean? And then that's when he started to talk about him kissing Morgan all these times and how Lyndon feels about not kissing her. Like Tony Lyndon just asked him a general question. But because Tony was so is irritated by Lyndon, like he's anything that Lyndon says is going to irritate him. So he claps back without even saying anything and goes, so how you feel about da 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 da? Lyndon, like, what? So that's why he started saying what he said.
It
Like
was
Lyndon
too.
Tony. Yeah, Tony could have did it the whole situation. Like, yo, listen, bro, you already know what's going on. You know where I'm at. Like, be gone. Like, the thing is you don't have to be so wordy with somebody that's a non-factor. Like, if you ain't no non-factor, and you're not getting my time. I'd be saying, well, you know, I would put that question right back on him if I was Tony.
It was two pressing back-to-back questions that got progressively worse to the point where even the table noticed, and even Blake chimed in.
Yeah.
It was like,
Right.
yo, what are you doing?
Right. So I mean, you know what though? It could have been a solid conversation that he had amongst the producers as well, where he was like, yeah, you know, I know something that a whole bunch of people don't know about Tony, and I'm going to drop that bomb. And he probably was like, well, you know what? We're gonna set up the table. Because remember, and I'll give you guys out there in the chat world a little tidbit. When you see these situations where everybody's at the table, they tell you we can't, like, you can't have all this kind of crosstalk amongst people. So you have to kind of have one conversation or one person leading the conversation at a time, because otherwise it gets very, very noisy. And so in that moment, they probably told Lyndon, okay, we're gonna get the table situated and get everybody set, and then we're gonna let you have the floor and you go for yours. And Lyndon, he bit the same apple that Eve bit, and it bit him right back. There's that.
Well, production might have asked him to ask Tony, who are you sending home? Obviously, he's not sending Morgan home, obviously. Right. But Tony said out his mouth, well, how does it feel that I done kissed? He didn't even have to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? He could have just said what he said about Morgan is my connection, everybody else is not. He should have left it at that.
Okay, but Sabrina, do you know why he said that he kissed her all of those times? You want to know why?
Why?
Because he couldn't tell him that he smashed her all those times.
So, Sabrina, do you have the exact words for the second question he asked?
Who? You talking about Lyndon?
What are the exact words that Lyndon asked on the second question that sparked it?
He said, and stuff straight. Morgan said, "No mercy." He says Morgan starts to tell Tony that he was much too, and Morgan says that he could be hot-headed as a threat. She stuff straight. Morgan says, "You don't want Marcia's here." She said, "No, that's wrong. Wrong one. Sorry." Tony wants to know, how does Lyndon feel? Oh, Lyndon asked Tony, who would you send home? That's when he says, Morgan, I'm not going to send her. Everybody else is on the bottom. He also asked if Marcia, oh, that's what it was. He asked if Marcia was still here, who would you pick? Yeah. And then Tony wants to know, how does Lyndon feel about him kissing Morgan multiple times? So I completely forgot about that. He does ask him that. It's like he was.
He got baited.
Exactly.
Make them.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, he did. Lyndon did. And I think it had all to do with that dang on pool game, because he was upset that he lost. And yeah. And then too, when they were sitting there having lunch, he was like, why he gotta be over here? I know Lyndon heard all that. He was like, well, he don't move, I'll move. Or did that happen yet? No, that already happened. No, did it happen yet? I don't remember putting the pictures up.
He knows.
Yeah. Oh,
Lyndon
God.
knows.
We need to name this. We need to title this as Smashgate.
Ready? What you say? Ready to smash? Ready to smash? Because honey, they're clearly in a whole like relationship, and they're just trying to play it all out on TV. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to make it, but they getting in their feelings. Like I don't think that they had that conversation like we together. But when we go film tomorrow, like you need to be cool. You need to act like we not smashing. Like I don't think that they had that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and that's why it's getting all messy.
And Tony, right? And Tony's like, "Yo, man, what else do I got to do? Like, you know what I mean? You still got this dude around? Like, what the? Like, come on, man. We had a deal."
Yeah. Well, okay. So Jeffrey and Andre. Oh, are we done with that scene?
Yeah, I'm all done.
Jeffrey and Andre have a moment in the hot tub. Andre's lips are built into Jeffrey's lips. They are molded and he melts onto her face. He asks her, how does she feel about the process and with everything? She says, you know, I'm not going to tell you. She says that she is still guarded. That's all my notes I have for that. Thoughts?
Okay. Well, let me just jump in right quick.
Please.
That was
Are you going to
nice.
jump in with your leggings on?
Yeah.
Ah.
So, yeah, I know, right? So I'll say this right here. Great conversation, you know, perfect. It's pretty much typical Jeffrey and Andre conversation. But let's fast forward because when she gets out of the hot tub, he helps her out. And my thing is this here: as a man, if you're trying to help a woman out of the hot tub, you don't do it by grabbing ass and vag, right? You need to, you know, get on the other side of that hot tub and help her all the way out. I saw his little hand go right up under her ass and, you know, grabbed a little bit of
Yeah, he
nappy.
did. He just
Um,
cuffed her right side of her booty and helped
yeah,
her.
yeah, but see that he had that pinky finger and he was trying to check to see what, you know. I said, yo, this dude think he's slick on TV though. Come on, man, that's not how you do that. And so that's how you know where his mentals is as it relates to Jeffrey. Yeah, he might have some infatuation, but you know, Jeffrey's probably trying to take it slow, you know, as though she, you know, she got other, you know, stuff going on. She got kids and all that other stuff. She ain't trying to bring, you know, all these different men around the kids. So, and she's probably looking at it like, no, I'm not gonna be like those other people on here smashing each other. So, and you know, he's definitely, you know, showing uh, his want and his overzealousness by by the, you know, the small innuendos that he's making, you know, getting his little free fills in. But that's all I got.
Mm. Mm. Tyrone really be.
Yeah, I was trying to give
Yeah, I'm good. I
really
just
be a
want to know why she
Sharice
got the
chance.
leggings on in the hot tub. That's all I want to know.
Well, she did say she was like, I didn't think I was gonna get in the hot tub. I was just gonna put my feet in. So I don't think she anticipated getting in the hot tub when it looked like Andre clearly anticipated he was going to get in the hot tub. And that's her connection. You know
I
what
was
I
just
mean?
being silly. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it's
Do
I
we
cool.
really.
have a picture of the helping hand still or no?
You know what? It was like
We could get one though.
7:25 and I was like, I can't. No, unfortunately. And I said it, I even rewinded it back when I was doing my live watch party. I was like, wait a minute, did he just cuff it?
Yes, he did. How
Yeah.
do you help? I mean, how would that be help? I mean, maybe I'm off, but you know, does anybody know how that would be helpful to a woman for a man to grab a stupid ass on the way of getting you out the hot tub? I'm just lost. I'm just, I'm try, I'm tr- I'm mad. I never thought of that move before.
It was like he was helping her out. He was like, let me give you a hand, literally.
Yeah, but that's going the wrong way. Is all I'm saying.
Oh my God. You were right. Oh
I
my
mean,
God. I thought that was so funny. I was like, did he just cop a feel? I mean, he had his whole face was right there.
yeah.
But she had it poking out. So, you know.
I know, you know, if I know if his hand probably activated sort of like, you know, a computer download when he did that, you know, his hand downloaded all the information and his whole brain probably, you know, went haywire. He probably was like, I can't wait to get I can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah, I agree, Joy. Oh, like he definitely, I think, like, I just think he's like mesmerized by her sexiness, her submissiveness, the sex appeal, the voice, because when they got out the hot tub, he was like, "You really are a princess. You're a princess." Like,
Right.
yeah, I just feel like once it happens, or if it's happening, like the newlywed stage of it all, the beginning stages, I think it's exciting. They're on the TV together, the show together. But I think in the long run, I don't know. I just can't really see him really like committing and being with her and being a father to her children and really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see that for only person I see that for, honestly, is Anthony out of everybody on the show. I don't see it
Yeah.
for nobody, none of the men, unfortunately. It's just my,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, one thing about I like about Anthony is that I don't see him being overly sexualized. You know, he has a good space, you know, between the ladies and himself. Like he's not overly extra, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. So I really do think that his demeanor when he's talking to, especially Cynthia, is genuine. And I think they really vibe together. I see that same sort of you know, attraction coming from her as well. So I think, I mean, hopefully they get to it, man. I think they're going to be a good couple at the end of the bridge.
another round. Yeah, she said, "Princess." What I say? Queen. Okay, let me stop. Yeah, I don't know. Sharice, are you there? Yeah, I think she might have had to go away. Did I already ask Really B? Did you have anything with the scene? Oh,
Nah,
oh,
I'm good.
okay, okay. Tyrone, you good?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I mean, I was supportive of her getting in with the tights. I mean, at first I was like, I don't know what else you gonna do at a hot tub except get in it. But
Yeah.
then I was like, I don't know, maybe, it's the kids, maybe people watching, maybe she
Hmm.
on the cycle. I don't know. It could have
Yeah,
been
Exactly.
a
Exactly.
number of those things.
She
it
very
could
well
be
could
that.
have been on her cycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here it is. He repositioning her supplies.
Oh God, Leo. Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, I think they should just get to the bridge already with these two. I mean, he's been feeling her since the very first time they ever met. So,
Hmm.
I could see, I could see, I could see that. I could see why she is, you know, good looking. It does feel like it's more on the physical side with him. It
Hmm.
also feels like, like he feel like he gotta get something.
Jay Brad.
Jay
You know, I
Brad,
don't
what
want.
up? What up?
Hey Jay.
Hey
What up,
Jay,
Jay?
what's up?
But yeah, I feel like let's just get to the bridge and see how it plays out. Hopefully, that they'll make it through because I know it's going to probably be a lot of people rooting against them. Saying it ain't real, saying that the clarity ain't there for him. You know, to be as flexible as he is right now.
Hmm.
A whole relationship with kids is gonna
Yeah. I
put a
mean, I
strain
don't.
on that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel you. I'm sorry if I
Mhm.
cut you off, but like I feel you. Like I'm the same way. Like at the end of the day, I'm just speaking from how I feel right now. But let me say this, like if they all work out, like I love love.
Mhm.
That's one thing about me. I want all of them to work out in real life, but I'm just talking about what I see and how I feel from everything from that
That we've seen.
that we've seen. And that's what I seen. And I don't really see nobody but Anthony and Cynthia. Like I want Mercedes and Mark Anthony to work out. Like I would love to see them together. Do I think it's real? I think it's real cute. you know. But as far as that, I don't see anything like I don't see no marriage. I don't see kids. I don't see, I see for a good time right now. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just an unfortunate situation because I really truly feel like in my heart that Jeffrey really does want to find someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody that she's found just really just is just really physically attracted to her.
Yeah.
Like her husband is not there, but she got a whole lot of people that would pay bills on the show for her. You know what I'm saying? But that's about
Yeah.
it.
I
I
like
I
her
think. No, I'm
openness
sorry.
and
Yeah.
willingness. And I always said she gonna get her a man, because
Yeah. I
her
think.
approach was cool.
Yeah. I feel like Jeffrey has great aim, right, with what she wants. It's just bad targets. That's
Hmm.
it.
Mm, good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. It's just an unfortunate situation, but it is what it is. Because shoot, it's called Ready to Love, but some of the people that I feel like that are really, really ready to love, they get voted off episode 1, 2, and 3. You know what I'm saying? So the
Right.
people that's on there playing make it to the end. So
So here's the thing, though, right? I mean, and I think this is a character flaw, or this is a character issue, I should say, in terms of the production. They know exactly what they're getting before you even start filming because we all go in there and we do that interview, so they know who's coming in there and ready to thug something out or ready to love somebody. You understand? And they do that because they like the results that they're going to get. It's going to fill up the drama, but realistically, they should get back to the focus on the show's premise, where they said high quality singles. You know, let's start there.
the focus has always been ratings.
Oh, of
Period.
Yeah,
course, of
yeah.
course,
Period.
of course, of course.
My season put Ready to Love back on the map.
Well, they say that
The
every season.
ratings.
No, that's not
They,
true. It was DC.
You
Love it
better
though.
check
well,
in. No, no, no. It was Miami, baby.
Love you though.
Well, hold on. As a viewer, let me just be honest. See, I'm the only one that unbiased. I'm looking at it from the
Yep.
outside in.
Yes, you
Sharice,
are.
Sharice, for the exception of
I'm
your
here.
beef with old girl, last season was no good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The most
that's
exciting part of last season was your beef with who was that girl you kept arguing with last season?
Cadian.
KDN.
Is that her
Mm-hmm.
name? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because other than that, I mean, I felt the same way last season. I was like, I'm bored. None of these couples, I didn't, even the people that walked away as couples, I was like,
But you guys were talking about as far as rating and drama. I'm sorry. We definitely got people back talking about the show.
No,
Yeah,
Potomac did that.
especially because
Definitely they
That
said
was
that.
Potomac.
I don't feel like
Potomac
people
killed
were
it.
talking
That was
about the show.
We got it
These
here.
They even
Then
said it
people
on
the
the
DC season.
they said that we had the highest, like, yeah, we put it back on the map. I don't know. I
No,
don't
Potomac did that.
Actually, it was DC.
I don't know.
No,
it
it
was
was Potomac.
As a viewer, I can only speak. I'm only one person, but as a viewer, I don't know about that. I mean, I can't. The numbers are the numbers, so I can't argue with the numbers. But I'm saying, as
I mean,
an
that's what they
interested
said. I
party,
don't know. Maybe they lied. I don't know, but that's what they said. That's the message we got.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I
I
have
don't
the
look at the
results.
numbers, so I don't look at, you know what I'm saying. I don't look at the numbers, so they may have been the numbers, but I mean, as far as watching, as far as reviewing it, I'll be honest, I was
I
checked
mean,
out
Joe
because I
Pepper
was
even
like,
announced
I'm
it.
none of these couples like on like the two DC seasons, good, bad, or indifferent. There was drama. There was real people that you felt like had real connections. You know what I mean? Like both seasons had drama and stuff. Like even people that and I feel like again as a reviewer, they were more personable.
Well,
Absolutely, absolutely.
personality.
All
Like,
season was
you
not that personable or relatable. I feel like it was more adults and maturity and real people.
You talking about your
yeah,
season?
No,
I
no,
have the
no.
numbers.
Mine was
I got
opposite.
the
I'm
numbers
talking
from
about y'all
Nielsen
season.
SoundScan.
Oh.
I got the actual numbers from Nielsen. So play with me and find out that Potomac was the one that put them on the map, ratings wise.
How long
Because
ago
my
was
thing
that?
Thank
is
you.
like, and I know I live here, but I could say this about the Houston cast, and I could say this about the DC cast. Like, I feel like if I see the bar, I could walk up to them and have a drink. You know what I mean?
No
I don't
doubt.
know if
No
I
doubt
feel that
about
way
it.
about y'all down in Miami. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Make sure you got your vest on.
Yeah, like I can say Miami that y'all kept us engaged, but it wasn't exciting. Like if I didn't catch it on Friday night, I would have been all right.
Can we?
I mean,
Let's move on.
Right,
my
everybody's
review
saying
late
it
every
was
week with
DC.
Miami. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, everybody's saying
know
it
what,
was
though?
My reviews are
DC.
late.
We didn't. You know what's funny is we didn't even realize that we was filming Potomac. We thought we was DC Part 2. And then
Yeah.
Tommy was like, millions of singles in Potomac. I'm like, that's not true.
Right. Well, you know,
Potomac is
well,
only
Paul,
like
you already
20,000
know.
people.
Paul, you know I called that out. You know I called that out as soon as they did it.
Right.
I was like, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, what?
That's
They
a
got Chuck
family
Brown's
name,
son
yeah.
on Potomac? What? I
Right.
was like, what?
Yeah. Right.
Mm.
I guess they just wanted to, make it compete with like Housewives or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, that was cute.
Yeah. Now that we've
What was
gloated
next?
about ourselves, can we get back to the regularly?
I mean, it's for Ready to Love previous castmates on here, so it does get a little interesting. You know what I mean? And we're reviewing the show that we were all on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
We're
No
reviewing
doubt.
it with someone that reviews. You know what I mean? Reality
No doubt.
shows. So
No doubt about it.
yeah, it definitely makes it a bit interesting. Okay.
But one thing that I'll shut up. I do in fact enjoy the crosswalk that we have. Like everybody has the crosswalk, regardless of which one you was on or whatever. Like I said, I was down Houston. I got to rock with Jay Brad briefly, and then I just was with Tyrone the other day. So we do have a nice crosswalk between seasons. So that's good. It's like a fraternity, sorority type of deal, and that I'm happy for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole Miami cast stood me up.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Ty.
What y'all sit top? I don't understand.
Nah, I had to go. I went down for a funeral and I hit up a few people.
And they didn't.
It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I was just joking. It's all good.
It's like we too busy, man. We too busy.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that.
If
Okay.
I come to Miami, I'm coming knocking on people's house doors. Okay, so
It's best
y'all
to
better
show up
show
either
up.
at my business or at my house. You literally have to pin me down or have a plan
Yeah.
and let me know a week in advance or two.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm cool with I kind of want to go to Miami. I feel like I've connected with a lot of Miami castmates from the first one and like the second one that I would love to like actually see. Okay. All right. Does anyone have before we move forward, does anyone have anything else to say about the Jeffrey and the hot tub and Andre's lips being molded onto her face?
Nah. Just a word to the wise Andre, brother. Go old school. When they say keep your hands to yourself, keep your hands to yourself, brother. Unless they're helping hands and not self-serving. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Next, we have Tony, who visits Morgan in her room to apologize to her. He tells her that men say a lot of things. He says that what he said what he said to Lyndon, but he didn't mean it. Tony says that Lyndon is conniving and he did it for a reason, Morgan. He's trying to manipulate you. He ain't say that, those are just my words. Morgan replies, well, Cynthia said that it is a good idea to pay attention to how somebody treats you when they are mad at you. She says, Tony, when you mad, you not kind to me. She ain't say that to him. She was saying it to herself. Tony isn't kind to her when Tony is mad at her. Tony says that he is not going to go back and forth with her, but because she keeps entertaining Lyndon in his face. You keep dangling him in my face, so how I'm supposed to act? Those is just my words. He ain't say that for real. I'm just getting into the character. Morgan says that if they are going to start off like this, then this is just crazy. This is wrong. Like, how are we going to start this relationship that we don't even got like this? It's going to be a problem. So Tony asks, will she continue? And she responds, I don't know. He said, well, you don't know. You need to figure it out because you're not going to, this is not what I'm talking about. Like, you're not going to be saying you don't know, and then you know, and then you don't know. Well, you know what? If you don't know, I don't deal with people that they don't know. Okay? I don't deal with it. She said, well, I don't know. Insane.
Oh, man.
I sounded like, what's her name?
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Right. So you stupid. So I'll tell you this right now. Here's the telltale line that Morgan said that lets us know that they be, rocking when they all film. She said, when Tony gets mad at me, he's unkind. Now, we haven't seen those moments happen on the show, right? Like we've seen, this situation here. We've never seen him be unkind to her or whatever. So it's looking like, they have these little moments when they on they one-off phone calls or whatever. Maybe she, pissed him off and he left her, out of her house, probably wiped off and was like, I'm out of here or whatever, right? So we know that. But I will say this is an apology that really never happened, because how you gonna go saying you gonna talk to somebody, apologize to them, and then get mad at them and leave and storm out? Like, that's not how this works. So I feel like, Tony, when he doesn't get his way, he's kicking up dust. I mean, he did that. You kind of seen that in a Lyndon situation where he went off and was like, yo, we could just take this outside then, bro. So, yeah, there's that.
I think Cynthia's words are valid. You need to listen and you need to run. Pay attention. Pay attention to how somebody treats you when they're angry. I think that we've seen a couple of examples of this. And don't get me wrong, Morgan, you got some issues to stay away from the nair. But I just think that when you pay attention to how a person treats you when they're angry.
Yeah, that part. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess we could say there's quite a few lessons to be learned. I think we can start with the intuition, right? Like, women have a superpower called intuition. I think it could have prevented some things if you were to pay attention and listen to your intuition.
Right.
The other thing is that apology acceptance style is real. If y'all haven't taken the test, y'all should go and take an apology acceptance style test so you can understand how people want their apologies. Um, Again, I feel like Tony stood up, did the right thing, went in there and initiated the apology. Whether you all think it was a great apology or not, he did apologize. Um,
Mm.
see,
But but
then
may I ask you though, Tyrone?
yeah,
Do you consider that a valid
he apologized.
apology? No, I mean, listen, I could look at you
Mhm.
and be like, I could spill something on your shirt and be like, sorry, and then keep it moving. That
Yeah,
doesn't make you feel like you just hear the words and you don't actually feel that the apology is the sincerity of the apology. So I should say.
it's.
So do you
It,
think that he was sincere when he
I
said that?
I think he was. I may have still been heated. I think he may struggle trying to find the words in which she would understand,
Mhm.
why he said it. I don't think he should have expounded on why he said it. I think he should have just went in there, apologized for how it made her look, how it made her feel, and then ask, what he can do to make it better.
Right. But the part is this, like I'm not trying to beat Tony up.
Hmm.
I'm calling it how I see it. Um, you can't. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't apologize to somebody and then at the same time invalidate the whole apology by causing a new set of problems.
What
Right?
was the what was that though?
He walked. He didn't. He walked. He got mad and left. So that like the thing is if you're gonna have a conducive conversation and you're gonna have an apology that's kind of heartfelt or you're letting somebody know what you meant, then you have to stay there till the end and resolve the situation, and you can't leave this mid conversation because it's not resolving the way you want
But
it
you
to.
but
And
you
he
can. You
You
can.
can, you can, but and you should if you know that um, if the conversation is counterproductive or if somebody's not ready for your apology, you should say, "Hey, listen, this is not a good time. Then let's revisit this later on because I see you're still heated." But you can't get mad and say, "What? Oh well, f you then," and then get up and roll. And that's what happened. That's the thing.
I'm totally not seeing it that way. I'm totally seeing like we already talked
Okay.
about,
Okay, wait, time
the
out.
huh,
Let me ask Sabrina. Can you run back? Can you run back what happened? What did he
in that
say in this
conversation.
situation? Yeah, that conversation. Off mute, please.
Give me 1 second. Just give
Oh,
me
okay,
one
I'm sorry.
second. Yeah, y'all
Yep.
go ahead. Just give me a second.
Okay, no worries.
I find this so interesting, Tyrone, that we are. I find your point of view so interesting. It's definitely an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I mean, for me, whenever I have conversation with somebody, if I'm apologizing, when I leave that conversation, we're both going to be good. We have to be. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to have. We're not going to get anywhere. And so at the end of the day, I'll be like, "Yo, look, this is not a good time. It's not a good time for me. Not a good time for you. I got to go, and we'll have to talk about this later."
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Wrong one. Y'all
I
hear
agree.
it?
Tony lacks emotional
Yeah,
intelligence. Yeah.
yeah, I can hear. Jay
Hey
Brizard in the
Jay.
building. What's
What
up,
up,
my
family?
bro?
How y'all doing? Man, I'm good,
Yo,
bro.
man.
Good to see you, fella.
Hey, listen,
What
man.
up, Jay?
I hope they
What's
took,
up, Jay?
I hope they took down that fake IG profile of yours, man. It was aggravating.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to play the scene.
Jay, excellent use of practical
Oh
lighting.
my God. Let me let the guys talk for a minute. Y'all don't need me here. Y'all go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to log out real
PJ,
quick and log back in. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm gonna log out
um,
because I've got an echo for some reason. I'll log out and come back in.
okay. All right. So I'm gonna play the scene, but I'm gonna play it so y'all can hear it for yourselves. But you know,
Perfect.
I can't show the whole scene.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
because
okay.
the notes that I took for this, it was so much. My notes were broken down. I was like, let me just go ahead and play the actual scene.
That's what's up. Okay.
So, give me 1 second. Here I go.
You got it. 1, 1, 2.
Can y'all hear it?
Not yet. You're on mute.
Y'all can't hear it? It's
Okay. Try it now.
You may need to upload it first.
That's crazy that y'all can't hear it. It's coming through my speakers.
Nah.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I had a feeling a lot of y'all wasn't gonna agree what I was gonna say tonight. Because I don't think it's in the traditional sense of what y'all may think is going on.
Man, here's my biggest thing though. When you challenge another man to go out and box, I get it. We've all been there. But what's the reason, right? And the reason is, oh, he hit you with an Ayuka you wasn't expecting. So the next thing you do is, oh, we can go fight. Well, bro, I thought we was doing a verbal altercation, right? So I hit you with an Ayuka. You played your play 4, 5, 6 times. How you like how I kissed, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I like that. But I also like how you said doop about short doo-wop, right? And now all of a sudden you want to box. I think that's where we're talking about the emotional intelligence comes in, where now that it's been escalated past, you started some shit. I came back with the next round. Now you want to go fight.
Right. And see, we've been seeing that.
Come on, Tyrone. Come on, bro.
We've been seeing, but listen,
I don't see it that way, man.
But we've been seeing this build up from this guy. You know, especially in this particular episode. You know, he's been beating on his chest a lot. You know what I'm saying, and so at some point, you have to, as a man, like, you know, as a grown man, especially, you know, you have cameras in front of you and all this other stuff. You know, if you're not cognizant of that behavior, that's one thing. But if you don't, you know, pretty much give a damn about that behavior, then that's a character flaw. You know what I'm saying?
I think as and all y'all know this, as the season goes on, you get more and more stressed, right?
Of course.
The producers are, you know, in your ear. You know, the landscape isn't playing it how you wanted it to go. You know, the shorty that you really like bounced, so now you just kind of dealing with what's left. You know, and at the end of the day, man, it was a trash apology, bro. Like I'm gonna be with D Brown, man. It's just a different way that you're gonna address the situation, other than, all right, man. Well, now I want to go box because I don't like what you said.
Right, that's true.
Come on, Ty. We're gonna battle on this
That's
one, Ty.
not what he said. He was like, he basically asked him, like, what type of conversation are we having? What type of conversation are we having? Right here. Because you don't came at me twice in front of all these people. You came at me twice. I'm sitting here minding my business, trying to work on my connection, just like we all are. Right? You came at me twice. I answered your questions like a man. I owned up to it like a man, and you are still coming at me. All right, how you want to do this?
But let me ask you this question though. Let me just ask you this question. Like there's a lot of people out here in the world that can fight, all right, whatever. But how do you immediately resolve an issue that you're having that is a verbal issue with, well, let's just get into a ring? Because what, now you can no longer articulate your emotions, your thoughts, and you can't say or express yourself on how you feel. So now because of that, you want to take it to a physical thing where nobody has to really be accountable for the words that come out of their mouth or their actions other than who wins the fight. You can't do that.
But going outside to talk man to man, it don't have to come to fisticuffs.
No.
Come on,
Let me tell you this. Ty,
I know what you're saying. I'm
let me
saying
tell
you
this,
ain't
bro.
got to come to blows.
Let me
You
tell
don't
you
have to
this.
go to blows.
I'm
You
gonna
go
tell you this.
outside, it's furniture moving, bro.
From
Automatic.
from the door.
If
If
niggas
I
step
walk
his ass outside,
outside,
yes, but
if I
you ain't got
yeah,
to.
if I walk outside on somebody's invite, I'm taking the first punch. Soon as we get out the door.
Got to.
Soon as we get out the door.
He ain't even got to be turned around.
That's
right in
it.
the back of the head. Just
Yep.
you walk out first. I'll be
Simple
right
as
behind you.
Right.
Where that brick
Right.
at? Where the brick?
Right. Now, if he said, "Hey, man, let's get out of this place. Let's talk man to man. Let's get out of here," and we could talk about this. That's a whole different thing. But if you say, "How about we step outside then?"
Right.
Well, shit. Well, let me beat you to the door. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a whole different dilemma. Like we not, you know what I mean?
Big fact.
Hey, what y'all know about the skibbity pipes? But
You know what I'm saying?
ain't that what he said though? Ain't that what he said?
I like gangster Ty. I like it. I meant PO. I like it. Hey Jay, was your season better than mine?
Absolutely, y'all was trash.
You know I'm being funny.
You know what though?
No, I'm being funny.
Yo, listen. Houston was my favorite season.
She got the lime on today. Okay.
Oh yeah, you know.
Looking like Sade over there with the skin glowing, the smackling. Yeah.
I see you over there with them pearly whites.
You know what I mean? It's just the lighting. That's all. So I put a little white out on my teeth today for y'all. That's all. You know
nice.
But yeah, so Ty, I feel you on what you're saying, Ty. I think when you escalated to the point where it's like, all right, let's go outside, you've exhausted all of your emotional and mental capabilities at that point, and you just throwing Barney Rubble on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like I feel like he's an intelligent brother, and I feel like it was probably a weak spot where it's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go to revert to a formal self. You know?
Right.
And we can agree to disagree, Tyron. We can step outside, dog. Like, I'm sorry. Ty's my dog, man. Yep.
Like, you know that maybe not in that situation, but there have been situations where you got an issue with a dude. You'd be like, bruh, let me holler at you for a second.
I'm from the South Side, dog. The only time we stepping outside, bro, is to bust you in your.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean,
unless it's one of my partners, and I'm pulling them outside like, "Hey, bro, let's have a conversation." Yeah.
I've never in my life been invited outside with another grown man or another man, period, and it resulted in the fact that we buying each other drinks and we're gonna go have a good time at the end of this. Never.
Usually it's bail money being requested from somebody at some point. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Exactly.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try to play that episode. Let me know if you can hear it. Okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Can you hear it?
Let's see. Nah, you can't play it off of your phone and just let your phone, let us hear the volume from your phone.
That's a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Let me see if I can. Which part was it exactly? Let me see.
Beautiful, intelligent lady.
I don't know how to do it.
You always been my
number
one.
Cynthia makes a very good point. You should pay attention to the way someone treats you when they're mad.
Hold on. Which part are we trying to figure out?
We trying to
figure this to
when
me
he blows up.
Enough.
Okay.
You know.
When he blows up about the
Because
apology.
y'all first said it wasn't an apology at all.
Oh, like if we're
did
starting
apologize.
off like this, that's crazy.
I don't know what to expect after this. This is huge. These words are.
because I can't play too much of it. You know,
I know.
You made the
You know what?
mess.
This conversation is done. I can't
You
talk
made
to
the
you.
mess, and now
So
you don't
be
want to
it.
clean it up.
So be it. Have a good night. All right.
But he's
I wish I
coming
could
in.
part.
feedback what
Clean
That
it up.
was
part.
said about.
He said, you know what? This conversation is done. She's saying, look, you can't come with all of this mess and then just say I'm sorry without giving me a little bit more. Basically is what she's saying as a woman. She wants more substance to your apology, not I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. She's like, well, give me some context other than, the copy and paste uh apology. And he's like, man, you want more than this? I'm cool. So basically, I apologize to you, but now I'm gonna take it back and I'm leaving. So you deal with that.
Again,
Simple as that.
it's the apology acceptance. It's like, hey, I'm coming here to tell you I was wrong. I'm telling you why I was wrong, right? And why it played out the way that it played out.
He
And then
didn't
you
do
get a
that. He
bit
said,
of a response. You're either gonna
nah, he said,
accept.
bro,
That's exactly what he did.
he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Well, okay. Now now she's like, okay, you just sat here and told me that, but how do I really know that you didn't mean it? Like, I need some context for, like, give me paint the picture for me and show me what happened and take me to where you really realize that you were wrong in this. Otherwise, this is just a BS gaslighting apology. Yeah, there you go, gaslighting. So, and then he said, you know what? You want more than that from me? Man, I'm out of here. I'm out. And you can't do that. Like, the thing is this. If you're and that's what anybody, Ty. If me and you have a conversation and I come to you and I've done something wrong to you, and I'm like, you know what, Ty, let me tell you, man, I apologize to you about what happened. I didn't really mean it that way and it came off this way. And you say, well, you know what, I'm just trying to understand where our friendship is that you even went there in the first place. And I'm like, you know what, man? See, man, I was trying to come to apologize to you, but you know what? I ain't got time for this. I already apologized. I'm out.
But he
Now
explained
you,
what.
now you are sitting there like, well, damn, what just happened here? Like, I just asked him, you know, I'm trying to get some context and understand how we got here in the first place. And he stormed out. So did he really mean what he said? No, no. Because a real, and if you're talking about relationships, a real man would never, like, if you treat your wife like that, if you were married and you did something wrong to your wife and you apologize to her and you tell her what happened and she, wants to talk through it, to comb through the issue so that you don't have to revisit that again. And you say, you know what, F you, I done apologized to you. I'm going to bed. When you wake up in the morning, that problem is still on the table. You didn't do anything. You didn't do nothing. And you can't treat relationships like that.
Yeah, I don't want to go on the apology acceptance thing again. But I feel like he went in there. He told her he apologized. He told her why he said it. He even added to it, saying things like, sometimes guys say things and do things, but it wasn't meant like that. He even said Lyndon is conniving. You know what I mean? He gave a lot as to why it all transpired. There's really nothing else for him to say.
But you have to close the conversation and you have to make sure that the other person receiving it has been taken care of.
There's
That's the part of an apology. If someone gives it to you, you can't say I'm done with it. You have to deliver it to them so that they have it, and that the end result is that they've received the closure that they need from that apology, so you can move forward. You can't ever move forward when it's open ended. That's all I'm saying.
So I have my notes. I can read my notes back. I just read them.
Okay,
And
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
actually did really good notes on this part. So Tony visits Morgan's room to apologize to her. He tells her that men say a whole lot of things. Men just be talking. They just be saying stuff. Okay, I said what I said. I said it about Marcia, but you know, when men say stuff, a lot of times we don't really mean it. I ain't mean it. I said it. I didn't mean it though. Tony says that Lyndon is very conniving, and he did it for a reason. He conniving. He messing with you, girl. He playing with you. That's what he said. I said that part. And hold on, I done lost my notes. Y'all know I can't see. And and Morgan replies, well, Cynthia has said that you need to, or I need to, or she needs to pay better attention on how people treat you when they are mad at you. She says that when Tony is mad, he not kind to her. He not nice. And Tony says that we not gonna go do all this back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Because in real life, you want to entertain Lyndon all in my face. You want to dangle him all in my face. Like, you know, that's not right. And Morgan says that if they are going to start off like this, then this is crazy. This is ludicrous. This is the beginning. We in the honeymoon and we already fighting like this. Something is wrong. And Tony asks, are you going to continue? No, I don't know. He says, are you going to continue? I don't know. He said, you don't know? She said, I don't know. He said, you sure? She said, I'm sure I don't know. He said, oh, well, because I don't really be messing with people that don't be knowing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If since you don't know, like, I'm going to just go ahead and go. And she said, well, you ain't saying nothing. You not apologizing. You not doing, like, you not being, you know. And he like, oh, because I'm not. NC. That's what happened.
Yeah. So
Stop
it is
DJ.
and even if we're not talking about relationships, it is every person's responsibility that when you do something wrong to somebody and you apologize to them, you know what I mean? You make sure that they understand why you're apologizing and what the issue was. And then you also have to give them the opportunity to ask you questions as to why you owe that to them when you do something that is against them. Like it's not, you can't just say I apologize and shut the door on people. It doesn't work like that. That's not conflict resolution.
You know what I called it? I said it last night when I did my review. I said that I watched the Chris Rock show and he did in Baltimore. And what is it called? The show was called Selective Outrage.
Mm-hmm.
That was this episode.
Yeah. Right. So.
Okay, so anybody else got anything about Morgan and Tony and how he did not sort of kind of but really apologize?
No, but
I have a quick question. When did you start doing these reenactments? I love them.
I don't know, because let me tell you, because when I be watching the show and I be taking my notes, that's how I was feeling. And normally when I be sitting here with y'all and when I read my notes, I just be reading the notes. And then while I'm reading the notes lately, I just been feeling in character because I've been feeling the emotion behind it when I watch the scene. And I'm like, I might as well put that same emotion into it because that's how I felt. And it just makes more sense. And I feel more at home when I do it like that because, you know, I'm very animated. So it just works for me.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll say this. This is a great way. This is one of the parts of the show that actually is good when you watch it back because you get to learn about yourself in terms of, okay, yeah, I effed this up. I could have handled this differently. And hopefully this will be like a teaching tool or a mirror for both Tony and Morgan where they can look at this and say, you know what, I did some pretty crazy stuff on this show, and this is something that I maybe need to address later on in life. A lot of times I don't like to watch the show back because it'd be like BS, but this is one of those moments that's teachable. That's all I got.
So let me ask y'all personally, the men on the panel, how do you personally feel about how he handled it with her? Y'all know, like, the breakdown, why he went in there, the whole Marcia thing. He went into her room to apologize. How do you guys feel, not all at once, but how do you feel about how he handled it? And how would you have handled it?
I feel like he came in there. It was a large fire, and he came in there with a spray bottle trying to put it out, right? And he created all of this stuff going in, right? Man to man, like the first thing I think was wrong was that he lacked accountability. So where he said, men, we say this stuff all the time. And if you're more real and say, look, at the time I was having a conversation with somebody that I was, trying to confide in. And yeah, we all have connections out here. Like, I was speaking on one of my connections, you know. I didn't think that obviously this would come back to you in this way, but you and I are here right now, and I would like to fix whatever it is whatever damage I caused because of what you heard. And and I would listen to her to see what that looks like. What do you need from me so that that I'm available, I'm here, and I want to fix this and work through this and come up with a resolution.
Jay?
I think me and PO seem to be on the same page tonight when it comes to it's just accountability, man. How you handle stuff is important. It says more. It's not as much about the individual situation. It's more about who you are as a man. And your willingness to be accountable for your own actions says a lot about who you are as a man. And I'm not saying that this is how he would normally do stuff. I always think of the stress of the season, and everybody deals with stress differently. So I'm not giving anybody a pass, but I also do understand the stress of the season. And as we get towards the latter part of the season and all the things I explained before, those do things that they take account. But at the end of the day, you got to be accountable for your actions. When you're wrong, just, hey, man, I didn't get this right. My apologies. What I meant was this, but how I showed up was this way. And in the future, here's how I'm going to be.
Right.
Tyrone?
Me, I'm a little nervous. Anyway.
Be very afraid.
Hey, we ain't got to be on the same page, bro. It's all love. You know what I mean?
Again, I'm going to just say that apology acceptance is a real thing. I think both of their apology acceptance styles are different. So Tony may feel like he has done enough based off of his apology acceptance style. And she may feel like it hasn't been enough, as just like a lot of people in the audience will feel like it's not enough. In the true sense of what an apology is and how it should be and how we would all want it, Tony didn't give it. I think in his heart of hearts, based off of how they probably speak to each other or have been speaking to each other and have been treating each other, him addressing it, giving a little explanation, you know what I mean? Maybe he felt like that was enough, considering, there's things that have been going on. Yeah, go ahead, Sabrina.
I asked, how would you have handled the situation if you were in Tony's shoes and you walked in the room with the whole situation with Marcia, everything that boiled down to that very moment? what would you have done and how would you have handled that situation?
I think I would have probably been a little similar. I would have definitely walked
To
in
what
there,
Tony did?
addressed
Okay.
it. Yeah, addressed
Okay.
what I did wrong, try my best to give an explanation as to why it happened, but saying I wasn't there to purposely hurt you. Things got escalated and heated at the table. I tried what I can to address the questions. It just ended up being this way. You know, I'm sorry. What can I do to make it better?
So when he asked her, are you going to continue, pretty much with her and him? And she was like, I don't know. How would that have made you feel out of everything that you just said that you would have done?
I would have said, I totally understand. Again,
Mm,
let me know what I need to do to make it better, and I'll be
mm,
here until you have an answer.
yeah. Mm,
She should activate the grand exit on Tony after that one.
mm.
Activate it.
Well, we got a
Well,
feeling that's coming anyway, right?
she
Well,
about to
she need to
activate
get that nair. Yeah, get the nair.
PO.
Get the nair out. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, she definitely about to activate something because she about to lock lips with Lyndon, as we saw in the next episode. So we'll see.
Mm.
But all right, real quick, I'm surprised we even made it to this far. Okay, so Tony does not visit Morgan because he already visited her. The next day, Tommy comes and he sits down with the men to discuss who they are connecting with the most and the least. Andre goes to the front with Tommy and calls Mercedes and Sue Ann, who are on the bottom. We are left with a cliffhanger in notes. That's all I
Well,
got for you. I got some
listen.
pictures.
Here's what we got. Here's what's going to go down, and here's how this is happening.
Y'all know we
We
gotta
know
listen to PO.
you got to listen to me.
He been right.
We know Blake Blake is not going anywhere, and Sue Ann's not going anywhere. We know that Sue Ann will not leave. So this is going to leave Mercedes out there to dry. She's going to get eliminated, and they're going to play on Mark Anthony's connection with Jeffrey. And we know that Jeffrey's almost 99% locked in with Andre, right? And so what's going to happen is that next elimination will be Mark Anthony because Jeffrey's going to defect to Andre 100%. She's going to say, you know what, we're here. We know this because because Andre and Jeffrey are together now in the real. Did I say that? Oh, well, we know this because that's just what's going to happen. And then we have Sue Ann and Blake that will make it to the end. We have Andre and Jeffrey that will make it to the end. And then we have Blake and Sue Ann that will make it to the end. But Lyndon and Tony is going to be a wild card. So they may not make it past the meet the family situation. That's my delivery. Boss. Okay.
Mm. 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 Let me really be. Are you still there?
I'm here.
So, what are your conclusions, the thoughts, the conclusion of this episode? What are your thoughts? Because I know you probably have to get ready to go too. So, I wanted to hear you before you left because I know you.
Yeah, I am ready to go. Thank you. Honestly, I don't. I feel like it's. I feel like I feel like Sue-Ann, I mean, I know y'all have been dissecting all of this, but just based as a viewer, I just feel like it's Sue-Ann because there's only one person in the room to vote for her. And I know, Paul, I know, but there's only one person in the room to vote for her, and that's Blake. I mean,
The
Mercedes,
producers are
she don't
voting
have
for
no
her.
real connections. She got a couple of lukewarm connections. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mercedes because, but I don't know. I just look at it from a numbers perspective. Like there's, and I know I have never been in the room when y'all are voting, but I'm just looking at it from a numbers perspective. Blake is the only person that's still rocking with Sue-Ann at this point. So Mercedes has lukewarm connections with two of the other guys. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking at it from a numbers perspective. But I know I heard Paul's breakdown. I heard it. So.
Hey, really, B, just so you know, the producers have handcrafted this, and they will pick Mercedes to go home. Unfortunately for her, doesn't matter how many votes she got in the room or whatever. She's going
Yeah,
home because they want her
I
off.
wouldn't be surprised at that. But I'm talking about as a viewer. I know that y'all
Right, I
look
got
at
you.
it from the point of view of producers because that's y'all's experience. But as a viewer, I'm just looking at it from the point of view of a viewer.
Real quick, everyone, Jay has to get ready to leave. So thank you so much for joining us briefly tonight, Jay. You know I love you. You like
Man, love y'all
Hey,
much, man. It's been a minute. I gotta get back on here, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, hey, Jay,
miss you.
before you go, man, like next time I come down Houston, I'm gonna hit you up first day, as soon as my feet touch the ground, bro.
Yeah,
no
no,
doubt.
hit me up the day before, man. I'll set some stuff up for you, bro. Ty know how we do, man. We had a great
Okay.
on time when Tom was in town, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm coming back soon too. Pretty soon.
Ty's still smiling. Ty's still.
Your head on the swivel, man. Jay drive like he owned Houston, man. Just park anywhere, drive anywhere,
that's what I'm
roll up
talking about.
anywhere.
Did we have any problems though?
Nah, we did. At least 5 times I said, Jay, you gonna park right here at the front door? Yeah. Yeah. Just follow me.
All right. Y'all be easy. Sabrina, I appreciate the reenactments, man. I feel like I just left the theater. I appreciate it. I'm a cash app a ticket price or something. That was dope.
Yay!
Amen for the notes. Amen for the notes. All right, y'all.
We'll come back
No
anytime.
All right, Jay.
All right. Bye, Sabrina. Bye, really be.
Bye.
Peace, brother.
Bye.
Paul, I think
and
I
by the
missed your
way,
breakdown. Say it one more time. The quick version.
Yeah, real quick, Kenya from Cali, you're absolutely right. I told my daughters, I said, I'm Santa Claus, not the dude with the with the beard. And I was working double time, triple time, overtime. Santa Claus wasn't getting the credit for that. So there's that. Quick breakdown, no Tyrone, is that Blake, Sue-Ann, Mark Anthony's out. What's her face? Mercedes is out. It'll be Blake, Sue-Ann, Andre, and Jeffrey, and then Anthony and Cynthia, and then you'll have Lyndon and Tony as wild cards. So I don't think they're going to get past the family date.
I honestly think they're gonna just get rid of Tony next week. I think they keep the 2 ladies and get rid of Tony. But if I had to decide on one of the ladies, then yeah, I would agree, Mercedes. Mark Anthony's on the thumbnail for the next episode, so he sticks around.
Well, the next episode, he sticks around until the end. Mark Anthony is going to be on the next episode that's coming up. But remember, before they leave, he will get eliminated.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, Really B mentioned the numbers. I tried to watch it as a viewer and pay attention to the numbers this season. A lot of it didn't make sense at all, so I don't even know what to think anymore. We talked about the premise of the show, and it's about the ratings. It's not, I don't know. I don't want to seem like I'm biased, but I don't even really know what the show wants anymore sometimes when I watch it,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna start going with whatever Paul says. That could truly happen.
Right.
Ain't no
So
telling
I
that,
wanted,
you know.
I want to tell y'all something. I want to tell y'all something that I've written this down, and I normally don't write stuff down, but I wrote this down. So we have every year we have a character lineup, right?
Mhm.
They have a male, female villain. They have the quiet male, and they have the obnoxious male. They have the soft female, and then they have the party girl, right? And then they also have the what do you
Which
call it?
one was Sabrina?
The goof. They have the goofy guy,
I would
and
like
then
to.
Yeah, which one was
they have the
Sabrina,
goofy
Paul?
guy. They have a goofy guy, and then they have a home girl. Sabrina was, and then I said, and then for the rest of them, I said, then they have regular people. So Sabrina, you were one of the regs. You
Oh,
know, you
of
were
course.
regular.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
nothing
you know,
special.
you were just a regular, regular person in the mix. But they
Yeah.
need that storyline, and they do it faithfully every year. So, unfortunately, we gotten stuck with these stupid storylines and no, no real biz. Damn. Yeah, Tony is really. I didn't know he was that short. Looking at him on that grill,
But you know what?
I thought he was. I thought he
picture.
was like my height, or not my
Oh
height, maybe a
no.
little shorter. Yeah.
He's a little bit taller than Morgan because I posted a picture of when they were standing there for not deliberation, but standing there for the elimination, and
Mhm.
he was side by side than Morgan, and he was about like maybe 2 or 3 inches taller than her. But I'm thinking she's really, really short though, so
Damn. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, these are the last little bit of pictures I have for next episode.
Oh yeah, how he swooped out of the water like a
Honey,
god coming from,
honey.
you know.
Cool
Yeah.
heaven, honey.
So
Cool
the
heaven.
body language makes it look like Lyndon and Morgan are already a thing.
Mm.
Like
You
the
talking
body
about on
language from
this
the next morning.
episode?
Did y'all peep that? Yeah, this one.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. You talking about the
When they
one we
were
just finished talking about?
yeah, the one we just finished. When they were all in the
More?
kitchen in the morning and they were
Yes.
kind of like
You're
hugged
right.
up. Did you see?
Yep.
Did you see him? Or was it? No, it was Morgan that
He
guy.
kept-
Yep.
I peeped that.
Yep.
Yeah, but you gotta
Tony was
remember.
on the couch. Tony was on the
Yeah.
couch, like over there.
Yeah, but what's his face has always been a pawn for Morgan in the trio between him and
Yes.
And he is okay with
But
it. Pawn on.
I know.
But did y'all also catch when Tommy said, "Did y'all sleep in your own bed?" Morgan said, "Hell no."
Yeah. Tony got those naps.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now in real life, Lyndon and Morgan, now they go together.
Damn, man, there's just too much going on with that.
You know what?
Too much.
Good for them.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of, you know.
Good for them.
You know what? And they make you sign that waiver before you go on that trip, specifically saying, "Hey, you have to meet with the sex doctor," and then you sign that waiver. You didn't do that?
I don't remember if I did.
I had to go. Our season had to go to counseling, be counseled about sex and, STDs and all that stuff before we went away. They were like, "You have to do this." I was like, wow, I get to have the birds and the bees conversation as a grown man,
I didn't. Did that happen to you, Tyrone?
Did he go to the getaway? Were you at the getaway?
Oh shoot! I'm sorry, Tyrone. My bad. I don't remember. We might have, but I think at that point I was like, I'm over this. Like I was.
Yeah,
So
we had to do 30-minute counseling, and was talking about sores and all that crazy
No, I
stuff.
would have remembered. No,
I still got the email.
we didn't get. We might have, and I just probably
they-
was like,
and then you had to sign off saying that they were not responsible for because they didn't check people for STDs and all that other stuff.
know
So
what? I think you're right because I think I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Oh, it don't matter." Let me sign. I said, "Because ain't nobody getting these cookies anyway." I said, "I'm not even gonna be kissing nobody, so I'm definitely not gonna be smashing." So I think I was
right,
like, "I don't even gotta read it." Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? So,
SJ is wild as hell. She gonna say my season was burned.
honey, so was DC. Don't get it twisted. Probably every season, honestly. Like it's so much stuff behind the scene, guys, that y'all
Yeah.
do not know. OMG. Okay,
Right.
that's why they tell you no off-camera stuff because it does. It messes everything up. Like that's
Right.
real. Like our season, and I'm sure it's like that with every season, not just with DC. It's with like that with every season.
Mhm.
Gotta be.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. Like, but and then like I think the Houston one, they had everybody on itchy scratchy.
Mm.
They had everybody indoors. So I know they had to have the counseling or whatever. I couldn't believe that. I was so taken back when he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to meet with the sex doctor." I was like,
Oh my God.
"Say what now?"
Remember. I can't even remember. I
Yeah.
wish I could remember.
Yeah, that's it was like a 30-minute consultation.
See, I don't remember talking to anybody because I probably would have been like, do I gotta listen to this? Like, do I gotta stay? Because
It was a Zoom call.
yeah,
And
we
they showed
didn't.
you how to roll on a condom and all this other stuff. It was crazy. Yeah.
No, it didn't, Paul.
Happen.
Ain't no
I
way.
promise.
I was about to say there was no way, but
I
we
promise.
didn't get that. We didn't get that.
I promise you. I'm
Oh my
telling you.
God.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, you have to roll it. They tell you like squeeze a tip and all that other stuff. I was like, man, what? Yeah, it was crazy. I wish I could have screen recorded that. Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh my God. No,
Yeah.
that didn't happen with our season. That didn't happen. I don't know. Maybe they just thought that y'all season, y'all was
No,
hot.
they probably was like, yo, y'all might be getting it on over there.
Yeah.
Or they had rumors.
Yeah, exactly. So they would like to cover ourselves.
Yeah, they sent us a what do you call it too? Like what was it, a PowerPoint or something? Not like, or a PDF. I still got it.
Oh no, we ain't get that.
Yeah, I got receipts, man. Yeah. So there's your tidbit. Another spillage coming from your boy, the delivery man.
Sorry, I had to go cover up my dog. He was over there shivering. I guess it's cold in here. Maybe so, because I'm sniffling. Well, that's interesting. Someone says that the tea and Potomac was piping hot. Hot trot.
Right.
Yeah. So shout out to another round. If you guys want to go in the chat, you look in the chat, you see that she's putting up everybody's
IG.
yeah, and stuff like that. All right, guys. So do you want to say anything to close out? You can say whatever you want, anything. I'm surprised we made it to almost 3 hours.
Oof.
Hardly no content. But we have a good time together.
Shout out to the chat for keeping me straight. I love y'all. I'll be reading the comments. I'll be like, damn, am I tripping?
Honey, they've been on you all night like Tyrone. Like,
yeah.
Like someone said, when you get off, you need to sage around
right.
you or something.
I'm seeing them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. You know, yeah,
Yeah,
something
that's why,
definitely is in the air. Whenever the chat, is shouting me out and they agreeing with me, there's something
Honey.
wrong here.
Yeah, it's definitely reversed.
Somebody said he ain't gonna be like this next week. We only get this for 24 hours.
Oh man.
Hey, I just
It's
keep it
been
real though,
good.
man. I just keep it real. I
You
try
said
Yeah, it's
anyway.
been good. It's been fun. I think one of the main points is that, Paul, what you were talking about in that explanation, for
Yeah,
the apology, you have to care enough to want to do that. And that's something that I think, is lacking,
no doubt, no doubt about it. Yeah. So I would like to say for next week or this Friday or whatever, I'm hoping that these people, you know, give us something other than the drama. I mean, we like the drama because, it's there. But I'm hoping that we start to really see because they're gonna meet the family. And like my thing is like, why would Jeffrey be meeting Andre's family? Because Andre want to FUX or what? Who knows? So like that, I need to see like a little bit more substance. Hopefully we get that, and hopefully like the next episode after that is a little bit more giving. Other than that, man, excited for Friday. What is this episode 11 coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got this. So the crazy thing is the title of the next episodes are Two Truths and a Lie, and then Too Much Baggage. But they got Mark Anthony talking to Jeffrey on the thumbnail on the Too Much Baggage. So
that's like the last episode.
Right, and you could be right if Mercedes is gone, and then the Too Much Baggage is what helps Mark Anthony decide not
that
to be
he's
with
not
Jeffrey.
trying to be with Jeffrey.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the name of the next episode.
The last episode,
the last one,
or episode 12. We don't know how many. I don't know how many episodes.
Does the next episode look like the Truth or Dare game again?
Truth or Dare?
You think?
Oh my God!
It's called Two Truths and a
Two Truths and a Lie. So that's probably that's probably what's going to flush Tony all the way out.
Yep. Maybe so. Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to go ahead and go around the room. Tyrone, then PO. Let them know who you are, where you're from, and what your socials are, where they can connect with you.
What's up, everybody? I'm at Ty Wilson 21. I am back in DC. As you can see, my brother did wild out a little bit this weekend. Maybe my brain ain't quite there, but I'll be back next week. Ty Wilson 21 everywhere. Thank y'all for keeping me straight. Y'all know how I feel about y'all.
PO?
Yeah, you already know it's PO from Potomac 100 Sightings on IG. Yeah, I'm just out here living my life. And yeah, like Todd said, he is in DC. I didn't get a chance to destroy the city with him all like how I wanted to because I had things to do. But he's still here, so let's get it.
Tonight?
All right.
Not tonight.
All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. And you guys know I am Sabrina Soul. I was on Ready to Love season 4/5-ish on DC. And if you want to follow me, you can go down to the description box below and it has all my links for you to follow me on all platforms. And shout out to you guys. I think we got up to maybe 350 tonight.
Yeah, I think I saw that number.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being here with us and sharing this moment and this space and these conversations with us. We appreciate you, and you guys know without you there is no us. So I love you guys so much. Shout out to my new members with my soulmate community. If you are interested in becoming a soulmate, a bona fide, honorary, and real life soulmate, if you click that membership tab on my front screen of my YouTube channel, you can sign up there. There's 4 different platforms that you can sign up for. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Like Tyrone says, you guys were live tonight, but you know what? You guys are live every Tuesday, even on Fridays. I love you so much, guys. Y'all are my faithfuls. Shout out to you for keeping the chat alive. And other than that, yeah, we will be here. Oh, before that, okay, tomorrow night, I am going to be starting my season of The Missing Link, which is tomorrow night. And my special very first guest for this season is going to be Marcia. Marcia is the Marcia from Ready to Love Miami, which is this season on TV now. Marcia actually just got eliminated last week. So she will be on The Missing Link tomorrow, and you guys can catch up with Marcia and find out a little bit about her and what she got going on. That's all I'm going to say. On Thursday on here on my channel, I'm going to have Corey, Mr. Six Pack, 6 figures, 6... God, I can never remember him. Anyway, Corey from Ready to Love DC, that was on the season with me. He is going to be here on Thursday, Marcia Wednesday, and Corey Thursday at 8 p.m. And then we're going to be right back here on Friday at 8 p.m. for my live watch party. Anyway, other than that, make sure you follow me on Instagram because I post everything on Instagram. But yeah, 6 feet, 6 pack, 6 figures. That's right. I do. I always forget. I remember.